Depends on what's.
So, did you hear about this new War of the Worlds movie at all?
It just came across my perception recently, and the few things I've seen about it, it does look like possibly the worst movie ever made.
I know. I really think we should do an episode about it. I don't know
I know.
how he would pair it up with anything, but
I
there
mean,
was like
there's three
no
other
advertising for it, and then it was
no,
just
and
out.
for a
Like,
goddamn reason, there was no advertising for it.
yeah, every clip I've seen about it is so bad. It feels like somebody needed to launder some money or something.
Yeah, no, this is definitely one of those ones that just like was built to fail. Essentially, it's insane.
Yeah, they just need to offload some studio money. So,
Yeah, no, I remember there was another one of those I watched when I was like way younger, and it was the only movie in my entire life where I have seen an audience boo it.
which one's that?
It's called The Sound of Thunder.
A Sound of. I'm looking it up. Hang on.
Yeah, it's got early 2000s, maybe early 90s or late 90s, but based on a short story, and the short story is like great. Like I read it years later in a collection. It's like like 5 or 6 pages that then tried to extend into an entire movie. But basically, it's all about like the butterfly effect, and like people like go into the past to like hunt T-Rexes, and like the whole business model is like they're just hunting the same T-Rex over and over and over again because like it dies
Oh.
3 seconds later. So it's like theoretically not going to like affect the world. There's like a path they have to walk on. And like one guy steps 1 foot off the path and like crushes a butterfly in a literal butterfly effect. And
When was this made?
or like I want to say like early 2000s, something like that. And yeah, just like it, like the film broke at one point while I was watching it, and someone in the theater just went, "Thank God!" And everyone laughed. Like
This was in theaters?
yeah. Oh no! Beyond that, it was in like the my parents have always been a part of like the Academy, like the Motion Picture Academy and stuff. So this was like at like the Academy screening like theater that like you had to be like a member of the Academy to go to, and like everyone fucking hated it. It was
Yeah, maybe
like,
we match War of the Worlds up with that, because
maybe
yeah, it's
it's a stump that they're actually worthy contenders with each other. Yeah, like there's a part where like they're walking, but it's like you ever seen The Incredible Bulk? Like any of that like crap fucking
like
movie?
so.
Okay, I've gone deeper into the sea of shit than you have, but there's literally it's like they're walking in place while there's like a CGI store like being like scrolled past them, and it's very obvious that they're walking in place. And a guy shoots himself in the head at one point, and like he screams for like 3 seconds afterwards as he's falling. It's like, ah, ah. Yeah.
That sounds fun.
They fall through like some branches at one point. If you look at the branches, they're like perfectly sawed. It's just all kinds of
Yeah,
shit.
dude, the clips I've seen so far of this War of the Worlds is like the super long ad for how to order on Amazon Prime essentially. And have you seen any of
Yep.
the clips?
I've seen the clip where they have to literally say we need to have a war of the worlds.
So there's a part where he needs a flash drive, and his daughter's boyfriend is an Amazon delivery driver, I guess, and he like walks him through step by step of how to order a flash drive on Amazon, and then he's like, and then you order Prime Air. He's like, they've been training us with these for months, and then shows him deliver a flash drive to him with a drone.
Yeah,
It's
so
so
you're
bad.
well that you're looking right. That's why the movie got made. Amazon paid them to advertise their new drone service and how it can save the world.
Right. And then they got, yeah, I mean, there's like the part where he's doing like the summary of what the aliens are doing, and you can tell that he is reading this like for the first time on camera. And then there's all these parts where you can see green screen in the reflection of his glasses, like they were supposed to put in the computer screen and didn't.
Yep. No, and yeah, there's like literally like an ad for the military halfway through it, where it's like we need to deploy everyone, and it just like cuts like all the stock footage of military and all this type of shit.
I
Yeah, no, it's
we gotta do it. I've seen so many fucking clips of it, and it
oh,
looks
yeah, no, we
poor
can do
Ice
that,
Cube, man.
and I will say you will be surprised by how worthy of an opponent a Sound of Thunder is. I think.
Yeah, no, it's I can't. When you were telling me about it, I thought you were gonna say it was like older, not fucking 2000s. Like,
No, yeah, it's I think Ian McKellen's in it. Like
kind of
it's got
sounds like
a weirdly like people are in it like cast that like you would hear it like no one heard of, but it's yeah,
have you
it's a
seen
fever dream.
oh, what's it? It's essentially Turok the movie. Hang on.
Oh,
It's got Adam Driver in it.
BC whatever or
Yeah, it's like 65. That was a cool movie.
I've
But
not seen 65.
yeah, it's pretty good. I'm trying to. There's like some kind of twist in it where there's dinosaurs and shit, but then it shows you why. And I don't remember what it was. I think it's that they're like, you think they're like in the future or something or in the past, but it's like they were the first civilization was the twist. And yeah, it's okay.
Yep.
They could have done well by not advertising the dinosaurs. I think by making that movie, but
Yeah, but I mean, when has advertising in a movie ever had restraint once?
yeah, true. But I mean, Adam Driver, you could just be like, Adam Driver's in it, and 30% of America would be like, okay, cool.
Yeah, man, though I feel like I like Adam Driver, but I feel like the world has decided it has not.
I think they did after, well, not because of Star Wars. After he got past Star Wars,
yeah,
he was in
these weird roles,
several other things that all of a sudden everyone was in love with him. He was like the weird hot guy, like not conventionally attractive, which is giant ears and everything. But he gained some popularity, and then I think they destroyed it with that Megalopolis movie that tanked so hard.
That's where the hate that I remember hearing about came from. That was definitely
Well, that wasn't his fault. That was a dying old director that was trying to do one last Hail Mary.
Yeah. Oh man, speaking of Hail Mary, have you seen the trailer for Hail Mary?
Oh yeah, with Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that when I was seeing Fantastic Four. Yeah, it looks dope.
Yeah, that was a good advertising synergy there. Though definitely like if you like this, you'll probably like this kind of a thing.
Right. Another thing though, they could have totally taken out the end of that trailer.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Why did they do that?
If they just like softballed that in like without telling anyone, like they'd be like, "Whoa, blew my fucking mind! You have to see this."
Yeah, I
movie."
was
Now it's just like
already
that'll be
in.
neat.
When
Yeah,
it was sending a guy to space, and they're like, "Here's the twist, though, just so you know." Like, what the fuck?
and that is one of the reasons. Like, I mean, I had to watch this because of Fantastic Four, but I hate trailers so much. Like, because I can just like 90% of the time extrapolate the entire movie from the trailer.
Right.
Or even like it's like like Star Trek. It's like, well, yeah, the Enterprise blew up, but there's a scene I saw in the trailer that I haven't seen yet, so apparently it comes back
Every fucking time, dude.
Yep.
That happened during Fantastic Four. I can't remember what it was, but I was like, well, I know this part happened, so I know that person's okay. Like, I don't remember what it was.
I know, just it can completely like ruin your suspense where it's like, oh my god, they're actually dead. But it's like, no, there's like 6 more scenes and like 30 more minutes left of this movie. They're not dead.
All right, well, welcome back to another episode of Flick Fights. If it's your first time watching, we take two movies that are in the same genre, same basic theme, some kind of connecting thing, and we take them through 10 rounds to decide which one is better. And Escape Pod recently ripped us off, if you saw that.
Yeah. Our lawyers will be in contact shortly. As soon as I can find one and pay them. So
I showed
shortly,
it to Jess, dude, and I was like, they have way more subscribers than us, obviously. So I'm not necessarily saying they ripped us off, but isn't this fucking weird? And they say we've never done this before. This is a new thing, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, they just saw how cool we were and just completely ripped us off. That's my headcanon.
So if you like the guys from Escape Pod, you can go see them do our show on there.
Yeah, just, get in their chat and say how unoriginal they are and how we did it first and all that great stuff.
Yeah. We were going to do Superman versus Fantastic Four like they did too, but we thought it was better the way we did it, but whatever.
Because it was.
So yeah, if you're new here, remember to like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Every little bit helps. We just got up to 160 subscribers this week, so not doing too shabby for only a month or two here.
Come talk shit in the comments. We're always ready to throw down with anyone who wants to throw their gauntlet in there.
I wait for it.
Best part of our day.
This week we are doing This is Spinal Tap, which is there's about to have a sequel come out soon, versus Dewey Cox Walk Hard.
Yeah, I had a wonderful time watching both these movies. Definitely coming off of Fantastic Four too.
I had never actually watched Spinal Tap all the way through. So,
Really? I mean, I can definitely see that. It's definitely a thing you can kind of like walk in and out of a room on and like watch like 15 minutes of like, oh, that was funny, and then like leave and
yeah,
like
I'd
not
seen all
miss
the
too much.
classic scenes. I remember seeing the Stonehenge part, and obviously this one goes up to 11 part, and
Yeah. But it was interesting. I didn't remember it having like as like weird of like a narrative that as much as it did. Like I remember like a lot of vignettes, but it's definitely
right.
got like a through line. It's a very sad movie, like when you kind of like
It
analyze it.
is, man. I was gonna say it kind of made me think of Rockstar with Mark Wahlberg. How
Hmm.
everything just kind of starts falling apart, and they went the way of any '80s hair band.
Yeah. Because I mean, yeah, if you take these two movies, it's like the two opposite trajectories of like the main characters, basically.
Yeah, yeah. No, I seen Walk Hard 100 fucking times, but I think this time we got the unrated version because
Yeah, I think we did because I don't remember that much boobs and balls in it.
me either, man. There's like a whole extended scene where it's like in
Yeah,
frame for solid 2 minutes, I think, and I'm just
yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay, man.
No, like some of the sex scenes, I'm like, dude, my fucking family's in the next room. Calm the hell down, man.
Yeah, no, I definitely did not watch that one with the kids, thank God.
So
All
that
right,
fun
well
moment
let's
when
you
you
want to
go.
hop right into you want to do the tail of the tape for Spinal Tap and then hop into the plot and then we'll circle around to Walk Hard.
Yeah, let me see here.
Oh, and one thing I want you to notice here, the IMDb score is not a typo. They did that on purpose.
Yeah, so Spinal Tap is the mockumentary of the band that goes by the same name. They are credited as being the loudest band in England. Not the best, not the most popular, but the loudest. And this whole thing kind of starts with like a very Steven Spielberg-esque looking director saying like, "Yeah, I just wanted to go and kind of check out this band and make like a little documentary." And holy shit, did I find so much more?
Yeah, I like that Rob Reiner, the director, plays a director in this
Yep,
movie.
that's wonderful.
Did you want to
So
run through the stats
yeah, I
first?
was just gonna say, yeah, go through the
Okay.
details here. Got it right here. It box off. It had a budget of $2 million. The domestic box office was 5 million, or 5,080,800,000. And yeah, international box office negligible.
Right. Yeah.
Runtime 82 minutes. IMDb score 7.9 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes 96 critics, 92 audience, and directed by Rob Reiner. And yeah, this is very much like a Van Gogh esque kind of movie where I don't think it was fully appreciated until after its time,
100%.
because it's
100%.
it's got such a subtle, dry, like sarcastic wit to it that like a lot of times the joke just like can completely slide into the radar and like can seem like mundane, but like when you're really watching it, the subtlety of everything is like brilliant. And
Yeah, it's got
apparently,
some peak British comedy in it, even though most of these guys aren't actually British.
no,
But
it's great. Let's see here. We have the cast
yeah, if you
here.
go to their IMDb, it says 8 out of 11 instead of 7.9 out of 10, just to play on the crank it up
Yep.
to 11.
Yes, so we have Michael McKean as David St. Hubbins, Christopher Guest as Nigel Tunfel. God, it's a small. Harry Shearer as Derek Smalls, Rob Reiner as Marty DeBurgi, the director, Fran Drescher, which I completely forgot about, as
I
Bobby
love Fran
Fleetman.
Drescher, man.
Yep.
And then the
Billy
weirdest
Crystal.
cameos, even
Yeah.
how they do the cameos is a hilarious joke. Because they got
Yeah.
Dana Carvey, Billy Crystal, and somebody else, and they're all mimes in one scene. They don't have a
Yeah.
single fucking line, and their faces are painted.
Yeah. It's mime waiters. It's like the whole thing starts off at the first big like record label party that they have. They're gonna go do their big American tour. Like it's like the height of success. Drugs, there's food, there's booze, there's hundreds of people at this party, and they're just we're kind of interviewing them, and we're realizing kind of as we're going that like they are kind of like some of the most like vapid men that you have ever met or could
Yeah.
possibly experience. where there's this like not like deep waters to plumb here. It's just like the director is obviously trying so hard to like softball them questions and make them sound profound, but it's like every time an interview comes off just completely insane.
When they're talking about the drummer, though, that was the first time I like lost my shit.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
Yeah, so I think they go through 5 drummers throughout the course of this movie, I think.
yeah,
including
something
the
like
last one.
that. They even
Yeah.
that's another cameo that you really only see him in the bathtub, but Ed Bakley Jr. plays the
Yeah.
drummer, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And and they basically tell the story of how all their drummers have died under like very bizarre circumstances. And like the first one is like, yeah, he was like found in his apartment, and the police just said some things are best left alone. So we just moved on.
And then they even say at one point, they're like, it doesn't show like the beginning of the story, but they're like, spontaneous combustion is a thing.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, it just blew up in a flash of green light. There's just like a little like green stain that was all that's left. Another one was like, and the second one is like, yeah, he choked on vomit, someone else's vomit.
Yeah.
It just gets worse and worse. Oh god, yeah,
And one of them's in a kiln for some reason.
Yep.
But yeah, right out of the gates, they do seem like by fun trivia fact. Apparently, people like Ozzy thought this was a real documentary, and they didn't even know this was a joke because they really play like, almost like they're too good to talk to normal people while they're doing their interviews and stuff. And they think they're so philosophical and amazing, and they're saying the dumbest shit you could possibly imagine.
Like they essentially like think they're the Beatles, like in the 80s, basically. Like that, like, but they're like, White Tiger in the 80s, apparently. Like at the end of the 80s too.
Steel Panther, yeah.
Yeah, oh god.
It reminded me of Steel Panther too.
Yep. God, I played in the same stage as Steel Panther once, which shows you how far they fell off.
Really?
Yeah, they used to do a thing at the House of Blues in Hollywood. Me and my band used to play there a lot more younger.
That's fucking amazing. I love Steel Panther.
Yep.
Kind of. They're fun. I'm not ever like really jamming out to Steel Panther.
It's exactly like Spinal Tap. It's
exactly.
Like, oh, that's fun. Yeah. Oh, it's kitschy. And I might go see a show, but I'm not.
I love how many
times
fan. They're like, "This is." I wrote when he's like fucking around on the piano, and it's really beautiful and pretty. He's like, "Yeah, this is part of a 3-part series of pieces that I've written." And he's like, "And what does he say? It's called." Rub my love bone or something.
Exactly. It's like this, like he's like this classically trained pianist apparently. And just and then it like cuts to like one of the other songs, and God, the music in this is it's hysterical because like when you actually sit down and listen to
Lick
the lyrics,
My Love Pump. That's what it's called.
Yeah, that's it.
He's playing this beautiful piano thing, and he goes, "And what's that one called?" He's like, "Lick My Love Pump." All the songs names, I got them all pulled up here. They're fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, no, it's all like hypersexual, and there's a point like in the beginning. It's like, so do you think it's odd that like your entire audience is made up of like young boys? And it's just like, yeah, well, like we're really sexual. We have pictures of ladies, and it's just like this like really weird like offhand comment. Apparently their main like following is a bunch of 13-year-old boys who just like think it's kind of provocative and weird. And I think like even then like after the first like meeting with Fran Drescher up in the like penthouse party, they're like going with a limousine driver, and he's like trying to connect with them over like some musical history about Frank Sinatra, and then just like roll up the window, and it's just like, this is a fad, right? This is like they're gonna be like gone in like 6 months.
Just immediately silver bullet to the chest. He's like, hey, fuck these guys. This is, and he says like, and he's right. Frank Sinatra had like is gonna last forever. He's like, this is a fad, and they're immediately like, Fran Drescher's like, and I don't even know if this had happened yet, which would be even crazier. But they're telling him that their album cover, they're not allowed to sell it right now because their album cover's too dirty. And that is a thing that happened with Poison. And I don't remember which album it was, but there was like a special edition you could go buy that had the original one. And it wasn't even that crazy.
Yeah, like, I mean, did you ever hear the Butcher album with the Beatles?
No.
It was this album came out in England, and it's them and a bunch of like white butchers, like aprons, and they're holding doll parts and raw meat, and like just sitting like in a white room and like a bunch of chairs next to each other. And it was like considered so obscene at the time that
that's what I'm saying. That's like I'm trying to let me see if I could find out when that happened because that'd be so
Yeah.
prophetic. But I mean, I
But
guess yeah, if the Beatles did it, they could just be pulling on that.
But yeah, then apparently like 80%, or no, not more than that, like 99% of the what's it called, the albums got a big old white sticker with just the name on it over like the album. And so if
Mhm.
you have one that was never stickered, it's worth like ridiculous amounts of money.
So it was "Open Up and Say Ah" by Poison that was banned, and it was because the tongue from the demon guy was too long. And what followed from Poison was so much worse.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah,
that's
no, yeah, and it's like, yeah, smell the glove. It's like, yeah, it's supposed to like a woman on all fours in underwear and like a
it's
collar
called
around her
"Smell
neck
the
with a
Glove."
leash, with a glove pressed up to her face, and like their manager's like, it's like, this was a compromise. Like, you should have seen the last one. It wasn't a glove.
And then when they're like, I don't remember who it was, but they pull up some magazine. They're like, he's got one where he's tied down to the table and they're hitting him with whips. Like, yeah, but he's the one tied down.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. It's like,
see,
oh,
such a fine line.
fine line, yeah, fine line. Yeah, it's like, so like, yeah, if we like tied you all up and beat you, that would have been okay. And they're just like actually a moment of like, oh yeah, that kind of, I get it. Like, this is like, we're at a moment of epiphany from all of them, which is it was like the only moment of self awareness I think they had the whole thing. God, some of the like the reviews too, because like this whole thing is like a bunch of vignettes and a couple of things move the plot along, so it's kind of hard to talk about this in order.
Shows are
But
gradually just getting like tendencies getting
shittier.
worse and everything. Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, the reviews that they like get, that you like realize things made on the out. It's like, well, here are some of your reviews, and I wrote one down. It was like, they're treading water in a sea of retarded sexuality and bad poetry. It's just like, oh, someone was on point that day, channeling the bard there. Yeah. Then it's like it was like shark sandwich. The review was 2 words: shit sandwich. It's like, oh, that's not real. Where are you getting that one from?
Yeah. But yeah, initially they're like, the manager's constantly coming in and be like, so blah 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 blah. Oh, and these people canceled. But anyway,
Yeah, but it's fine. It's fine. Like, it's like, and they keep like compromising and like kind of like trying to justify, like, yeah, no, it's okay. It'll be fine.
yes.
It'll be fine.
And they did it so well that I believed them for a while.
Yep.
Like in the beginning, they're like, "Yeah, no, that happens. There's just some shitty promoter in the Midwest, and that always
Yeah.
happens when we do this." And then
And,
as it keeps happening, you're like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, and every time this happens, like the party downgrades like one level.
Right. It's very sad. You're right, man. It really did make me like oh, just subtly depressed, like without even realizing why I was getting depressed.
Yeah, because it's just like they did have some measure of success, and while they were going through this, like you find out like they've been more or less, 2 of them, the main 2 characters at least, have been a band for essentially their entire lives. Like,
Right.
they start off as like little kids singing jingles, and progresses to like the 1950s like suit pop, and then it goes like, and it's very much like Dewey Cox,
They
where like
must
you
be
see
immortal
them,
or something too.
yeah,
'Cause-
at the same age. They're just like going through every musical genre in history, which, because like how the movie presents it at first is like, oh no, these are metal like hair rockers to their core, but it's like, no, they flip genres every time what's
Right.
popular changes.
Yeah, when they show their like Beatles age, and I love both of these movies do that, where they both kind of go through the eras of music.
Yeah, how they affected them all, or the eras affected them, at least in this one. Oh, then we do have a point where he's in the green room, one of the 2 leads, the lead guitar player, and he's just too dumb to operate a sandwich.
Too dumb. What do you mean? I don't remember the
It's like
sandwich part.
he's like, the bread's
Oh,
too
yeah.
small, and I can't, but I have to fold it, and I have to fold it. It just keeps destroying it.
He's like, no, you just fold the meat. He's like, but then I fold the meat and I fold it. And it's like, well, then you don't fold the bread. And he's just like, you're right. This is ridiculous. He's like, so you want larger bread then? He's like, yeah.
He's like, I'm disturbed, but it won't affect my performance, but I'm deeply disturbed.
Yeah.
And I think that right after that, it goes to his, like, him showing off his like musical collection, which is like, listen, can you hear the sustain? It's like, you're not playing anything, but yeah, but if I could, the
Yeah.
sustain though.
Yeah, he's got like 50 fucking guitars, and literally one of them, he's like, you know what? Don't even look at it now.
Yeah, it's like, it's never been touched. The tag's still on it, hasn't been played. Or, yeah,
He was like,
that's
well, I
the
was just
famous
looking
scene.
because you told me to look. He's like, yeah, don't even. No, we're done with that now.
Yeah, then he goes to the other side of the room. Then you get the famous like, well, everything goes to 10. Well, ours go to 11, and it's just like, couldn't you just make 10 louder? But us go to 11.
He has like a solid 10 seconds of silence. He's like,
Yeah,
but this one goes to 11.
yeah, yeah.
And
I think
that right
Okay.
there is why, even when I was in a band, like so many guitarists had Sharpie drawn on 11 on their
Mhm.
volume knob.
Which is weird. Like I said, this movie made no money in the theaters. I mean, I guess it doubled its like input, which is good theoretically, but like not at the scale you want to see. But
Right.
like the effect that it had on the world, like it's still in like the verbal zeitgeist of the world. Like you said, like, oh, we've turned it to 11. Like you know exactly what people are talking
Right.
about. And yeah, it's just so weird that like just I mean, and then the reviews are all so good. And just yeah, like in its heyday though was just completely
Yeah, I
forgotten.
mean, it's pretty much the definition of a cult classic.
Yeah, like everyone goes like, "Oh, it's a cult classic." Like, no, this is like legitimately a cult classic where like it ate dog shit in the box office and then just like completely suffused like the fucking
Right.
public consciousness.
Yeah, I've even got pictures of me wearing that shirt the guitarist had while I was playing guitar on stage, and I just thought it was a cool shirt.
But I think this is the next part. You keep seeing like as they're traveling, like their accommodations keep getting cut down too. It's like, well, we have a suite of floors. Well, we have one suite, and it's like, we're all supposed to all pack in the fucking greens. Like, yeah, and I think that's where they get snubbed by like the bigger uh, musical act at that point. They're like, hey, like it's us, and he's just like, fucking who?
Mm-hmm.
And like they get all butthurt about that, and yeah, just it keeps going in this kind of montage. They're losing gigs, and like they're in like this one hotel room at one point. They're like, hey, we're on the radio, and like they're like,
Well,
it's
yeah,
like playing their
and
song
it's
on the
like their
radio.
old song, cups and something, cups and cakes. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like cups and cakes, which is just so weirdly wholesome. They're all sitting there. He's like, first he's on the phone. He was like, my wife's coming out to meet us, and he's like, just to stay like a night and then leave. He's like, no, like she's gonna come with us.
Yeah, you're gonna tour with us. He's just like, no. Like you just see like the quiet panic on his like that's like the acting I'm talking about. This like just like nothing is said, very little expression, but you can just see him just go like, which we
And
find
then, yeah,
out later for good reason.
they hear the song on the radio. They all go in and listen. They're like, "Isn't that nice?" And like, from the where are they now? Spinal Tap. And they're like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. I think that's where I kind of go like through like they show like the jump through every era of music from them from being like a '60s hippie band and
Mhm.
yeah, it's and you just like realize how much they've changed and like they started in like the '50s or something like that as kids or something.
Yeah, it was some insane number, and I was like, "Wait a minute." And when it shows videos of them playing in like the '60s, they look exactly the same. And I'm like,
Yep.
"What the fuck, dude?"
Oh yeah, and that's when they talk about the second drummer that exploded. Like same thing.
Right.
It's like he exploded at a jazz blues. No, it was a blues jazz festival. Oh, it was blues jazz festival.
And it keeps every time they interview Ed Begley Jr., he's in a bathtub, and I'm like, he's gonna die
Yeah.
in this bathtub.
It's like they're interviewing him like right before he like unalives himself. Like,
That would have been a great like aside at the end when it shows like so and so went on to do this. If they're like the drummer died right after
yeah,
the
I mean,
filming his interview.
We'll get to it, but I think Walk Hard has like possibly one of the greatest ones of those ever. At the very end. Then they finally get their album, and it's the Black Album apparently.
Dude,
Like-
yeah, no name on it, no nothing. It's just pitch black, and they're like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, it's
Which
like,
would be
how-
kind of cool, especially in the '80s. Like,
Yeah, you could have pulled it off, but like they had no notoriety, so it was just like a blank album cover.
and
one
that's
was
when
like,
the wife shows up and was like, "Yeah." Anybody that's been in a band knows this feeling. As soon as she starts weighing in on everything.
Yep, I think I put like she's starting to Yoko pretty hard here.
Yeah. And it's kind of subtle at first, where the guitarist looks like an asshole, and then like one specific meeting where they're like, maybe if you had a second manager, and I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah. But it's also like, my honey dear has some ideas I just wanted to share with the band, and it's like they want to like redo the band as like astrological animal like costumes, and then she's like, do you understand how much money it would take to turn the entire band into animals?
And it's like, what if we just do Stonehenge again? They're like, that's a great idea.
Yeah. And oh god, to this day, that is still how I remember the difference between foot and inches, like annotations on fucking
Because of
paper.
that scene.
Yeah, because of that scene. And every time I'm like, nope, if I do two, it'll be a tiny Stonehenge.
And he's looking. He's like, well, when you get the actual wedge, he's like, what do you mean actual? He's like, when you get the actual Stonehenge. And they just kind of look at each other. He's like, are you fucking kidding me? That was one of the parts where I like laughed out loud when he was like, it would seem that our dancing dwarfs were struggling not to step on Stonehenge.
And it's like, so, but we're not going to do Stonehenge tomorrow night. We're not doing Stonehenge tomorrow night.
Was great, dude.
Or just the fact that, like, just the logistics of that all getting set up and, like, no one saying a thing
That's what
beforehand.
I'm saying.
Yeah,
like before it came down from the ceiling, nobody was ever like, wait a minute.
so much faith. Yeah, and even then, like, the manager just, like, kind of tries to pass the buck. He's like, look, you told me this, and I'm doing exactly what you told me. Just...
Yeah, he even knows that he was there when it was fucked up, but he's so good at trying to cop out. He was like, I'm doing what I was told to by the band members.
Yeah.
And that's when they're like, maybe you just have too much work on your plate. She's like, she could take over some of this stuff. And he's like, all right, fuck you, I quit. And that's when people just start falling off of the band like crazy.
Yep. And then we catch like this whole scene where it's like, oh, well, we never fight. We're like, we're better than brothers. His brothers always fight. And it's like cuts to like a bunch of scenes of them fighting and getting pissed off. Then I think we go to the Naval Academy, I think, or the Air Force Base with yet again, hi, young Fred Willard.
Yeah, what the hell, man?
Wow, shit. That's what it looks like. That
I missed quite a few parts of this movie furiously Googling.
Yeah. And they're just like, yeah, this is like basically like a sock hop, and you're just gonna play a couple of slow songs for all the peachy keen kids out there, and they're just like, no, I just go directly into like Sex Farm, I think is the one they play there.
Yeah. It's fucking hilarious. And I love that during the part where he's showing off all his guitars and shit, he's like, this was not a major thing in the 80s, so it would have been huge that he had this. He's like, I got a radio transmitter, so I don't get all tripped up in the wires on my guitar. And then when they're playing at the Naval Air Base, you're like, rock and roll 34 coming in for an air coming through his guitar, and he's like, what the fuck?
Got on the same frequency, and that was just like the last straw for him. He's like, "Fuck it, I'm out." Throws his guitar down, walks off stage,
and he stops for like 10 seconds and just stares his wife in the eye, and then he leaves.
Yep.
What was that her fault?
God, yeah. And then like I think that's the point where it starts spiraling because like he leaves, and they're like, "Yeah, we don't need him," but it's like, dude, he's been part of the band for 36 years. You kind of need him. It's like, no. Like, it's like if anyone had left, I'd feel the same way. And it's like essentially his brother. Like,
right. It was right
kids.
about here that I started to realize how much Russell Brand in Get Him to the Greek and Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Sarah Marshall, yeah.
Straight up, this movie inspired that character.
Oh, yeah. Just
when he's like, they're like, what would you do if you weren't playing rock music? And he's like, I don't know, maybe work at a shoe store. Like, he's like, what kind of shoes you wear? And he's like, size 11. He's like, let me see if we got those. He's like, see, like that. Like, I can do that. I'm like, that was fucking Russell Brand right there.
Oh god, yeah. And then like they're talking, it's like, do you feel bad about him leaving? It's like, no, I'd probably feel worse if I wasn't under such heavy sedation, but it's fine.
Yeah, there's a minute where he looks like a huge prick because he's like, you just likened him leaving to a no-name that you had in the band. And he's like, well, yes, but I'm also under heavy sedation.
Yeah, then I think like the final thing where it's like almost about to all fall apart is the puppet show and Spinal Tap, with the puppet show being top billed.
Crying, laughing at that part, which is like, if I told them once, I told them 100 times to put Spinal Tap and then puppet show.
Yeah, and they're in the backstage like, look, like without like the lead guitarist, there's only so much we can do, so I think we're gonna have to bust out Jazz Odyssey. And he's like, nah, Jazz Odyssey.
God.
And it's like
I like that at a certain point too, the keyboardist is like, yeah, sure. He literally, can you play the bass part from him doing this, this, and this? He's like, yeah, I've got 2 hands, sure.
Yeah, it's like, great, it's a solid 10-minute set we've got set up here. Yeah, and they just get like go into like freeform jazz and like just burn like you could tell the last people there like the last like 100 people that probably care about this band at this
Right.
point.
Well, and they might just be there for the puppets.
Yeah, they could also be the puppet crowd too, but like they just go into like freeform jazz. The whole thing just like tanks, and like
They have their final rooftop tour party, which
then,
is so sad.
yep. And then right as it's all about to fall apart, I think the lead guitarist comes back.
Yeah, they go to play. They go to play their final show of the tour. I think. And there's like, for some reason, everything's like kind of working at this one. I just realized they're like, we can't play all this shit. Everything's like way worse before this final show, and then when they're like, come on stage, everything's kind of normal for them right then. Like, I don't know why all of a sudden.
I guess I mean like if you generally the last show of the tour, you try to make it like a big send off things is probably
right.
Maybe it was just the one show that didn't cancel from like the initial run kind of a thing.
And then they do the radio gag again when he comes up on stage. It starts.
Yeah, and then he tells them so apparently we're huge in Japan, and just cuts them playing in Japan, and the song goes on, and that's at the end of the movie.
There's a part too where it's just him and I think the bassist, and they're like, really, we've got the gift of time. He's like, all the stuff we said we could have done, we could do an acoustic version of everything. I'm like, yeah, this is great.
I guess we could do the musical version of Jack the Ripper, Naughty Jack.
Yes. That was perfect. That's like so accurate for once bands start fading out. They don't just die. They're just like, we're going to do an orchestra version of our shit. We're going to do acoustic versions of it.
It's literally grasping at the last tufts of grass as you're falling off the cliff.
Right. Yeah, I loved that shit. And then I like the part where they're doing the set designs keep getting insane, more and more insane. They got the one where they're in like pods.
Yeah,
and the bassist can't get out.
And then he gets out, and like the song ends, and he can't get back in time.
They're out there with a fucking blowtorch and like a saw trying to get him out, and they're just like pissed he's not singing his vocals.
And he's like still trying to play like in the fucking thing. Oh, and I think the very last scene is like the last drummer explodes too, like in Japan.
Really? I missed that part.
Yeah, no, at the very end of like the Japanese thing, he's just like, yeah, and just like fucking detonates on stage again.
That's it. That's one of my favorite running gags is that their drummer's always dead.
Which I think is a Def Leppard joke, I think.
Well, Def Leppard, Black Sabbath had some drummer shit, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was really great at tapping in on a lot. Yeah, this movie should have been way bigger when it came out.
Yeah, I think it was too smart for how it presented itself, I think was the issue. Like it was
it has a lot of dry humor, but I love that. Like
yeah, no, it's what. But the thing is, like at 13, I was like 11. Like I didn't really get any of like the subtlety to this movie that was like really makes it great.
Yeah, I never understood until like watching it this time around what the fucking why you could hear a radio through his guitar. I was like, I don't get it. And it was this time when he's so proud of the fact that he has a radio transmitter. Yeah, every time when he's like fucking listening to his guitar, and that part got me. All right, well, jumping forward like 20 plus years, doing Walk Hard. It
honestly,
had a budget, much bigger budget.
Oh yeah, well, just the cameos alone.
Oh yeah, dude, it's so many. Came out in 2007, budget of $35 million. Box office domestic was 18.3. International was 2.26 for a total of 20.6 million, which is pretty bad on a $35 million budget.
Yeah.
Runtime of 96 minutes. IMDb has it at a 6.8 out of 10. 74% critic score from Rotten Tomatoes and a 63% audience score, which surprised me, honestly. I loved this movie.
Yeah, I mean, I think part of it too is like if you're in a band and like kind of like know that world a little bit, like this definitely hits harder than same thing with Spinal Tap.
Yeah, I could say that with Spinal Tap. This felt like directly Walk the Line. It definitely wasn't that once you actually watch it. Maybe that's why people didn't
Yeah.
watch it, because it seems like it's a walk the line, like direct parody, but it's like got shit from every music movie ever in
Yeah.
it.
Like in a weird way, and like I feel bad for even putting it in the same category as this, but it kind of reminded me of a successful version of like the movies, like the
Right,
epic
that's
movie,
like Scary Movie
yeah,
and
scary movie. Yeah, this is like country movie, like essentially,
exactly,
but like
like
well,
biopic movie.
yeah, but well done enough, and I guess it was pulling from enough good source material that it kind of elevated itself far past all those other fucking God, the movies. I watched too many of them in the theaters.
The Scary Movie one was awesome, and
Yeah,
then
two was pretty good, and I think that was it. And then after that, we had like superhero movie and date
I think
movie.
I liked
and...
4. I don't remember 3 at all, but I remember 4 because I remember they do his legs make the number 4 in the opener, and I think it has some shit from Signs in it.
I think isn't that 3? I thought 3 was one with Signs.
It might be. I don't remember.
Yeah,
but it had Leslie Nielsen in it too, which was awesome.
Pretty sure that was 3, but someone will correct us in the comments if it wasn't.
Yeah,
but
but then like epic movie, superhero movie, all those other
Meet
ones
the Spartans
sucked.
God,
so
dude,
bad.
Yeah. No, they sucked when they well, you know the reason they sucked, right? Like those things were in production when all the information they had in the movie was a trailer. They came out. They tried to come out at the same time as the movie itself.
That's stupid.
So they knew nothing about the plot.
Stupid plan.
Yeah.
Even if they had done it successfully, that's dumb. Like you want time for people to know the movie you're parodying.
No, they wanted to come out at the same time. Or maybe like slightly afterwards.
Ass.
Yep. They were just trying to ride the like public opinion wave, basically, and same thing as the Asylum does.
Yeah, they should have made a movie, you know, like a parody of their own shit. But
yeah, like
movie 43 came out around the same time as like Meet the Spartans. I don't think I ever even watched Meet the Spartans.
You don't.
They had that Twilight one too, and I've seen clips from it that are genuinely funny. But
yeah, Vampires Suck. That's what that one was called.
Yeah, I've seen clips from that looked really funny, but
yeah,
just got so burned out on those.
Yeah, the thing is, you have to sit through like 15 minutes of dog shit to find like one funny joke in it. So
right. So have you ever seen Twilight? There's a total tangent here, but have you seen Twilight?
I've seen the first one, and my roommate.
So in the first one,
watch the others.
When Charlie meets, in the background, he's meeting his buddy in a wheelchair, while Bella and Jake are meeting for the first time, and he's like play fighting at him in the wheelchair. And Vampire Sucks, he's like in the background, just fully fucking like DDTing him and beating the shit out of him, fully in the background. And I love shit like that, but yeah, they definitely burnt that shit up. But yeah, this definitely is definitely felt like kind of that vibe, like what they were doing.
It's like when like 5-star chef makes a cheeseburger. It was kind of like what this was.
When you have real actors like John C. Reilly and goddamn Jenna Fisher in this movie.
Oh my God, I was like, hi Pam. Then I was like, hi Pam.
I was crying laughing at the part where they go back and forth like, I'm a good Christian woman. He's like, well, you were telling me you had that dream where you were licking my balls.
I kind of took that as a signal. I need a man's touch. By man's touch, I mean penis in my vagina.
It was so good, dude.
Oh yeah, we'll get to it because this movie just motors the entire time.
So it's directed by Jake Kasdan, who also directed Orange County, Bad Teacher, and then the newer Jumanjis. Weird. I don't like those movies. I like Bad Teacher, and I like Orange County, but the new Jumanjis are not great.
Yeah, well, they wouldn't have been so bad if they weren't like kind of treading on something sacred, so...
Exactly. And I'm sure he got paid fine for it, but still.
Mm-hmm. Oh, The Rock was part of that project, and money was flowing like water.
But yeah, it's got John C. Reilly as Dewey Cox, Jenna Fisher as Darlene, Madison Cox, basically June from Walk the Line, Kristen Wiig. It's got Tim Meadows, Jack White, Paul Rudd, Jack Black, Justin Long, Jason Schwartzman, Eddie Vedder. There's more people than that too. I can't think of right
Malcolm,
now.
fucking Frankie Muniz.
Yeah. Jesus, yeah, this movie's fucking packed, dude.
Yeah. It's just like, and like basically every hot chick from the 70s in that one scene.
What's Chris Parsum something? The dude in his band. You got the dude from hang on. I don't know why it's not listed in this, but his band members, he's got Chris Parsons, I think his name is, who does like the voices in Rick and Morty. Yeah, Tim O'Dell's is the one I listed, but where is Chris Parnell? I love that guy. Yeah, he plays his his bassist or something in this movie. But yeah, his backup band is fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah, man. You don't want none of this, Dewey.
Or the night they trade wives, and he's just like, "That's my wife, Dewey."
Yeah. And like they bring it up again later. It's great. It's like, you slept with my wife, Dewey. But yeah,
So the movie starts out with a kid playing piano, and it's Dewey's brother, and he's like,
it starts before that. You know, the whole framing sequence of this.
Right.
Yeah.
Dewey Cox has to think about his entire life before he walks on stage.
Yeah. Just like, where's Dewey Cox? He's just like in this like underground alley and like the backstage, just like standing on a wall like this. Yeah, just has to go through from birth till this exact moment every time he plays.
Right out of the gates, picking up on a trope you've seen 100 times in a movie biopic.
Yep.
He has to think about his entire life. And then yeah, it shows a kid playing piano, and it's Dewey's brother, and he's like obviously way more gifted than a child actually would be.
Yep. He's like playing like Mozart at 6, and
Right.
Yeah, then go on this like walk down the country lane saying how amazing being alive is, and how I have all this time in front of me and I'm gonna do everything. And it's like, let's go have adventures, and then just like proceed to show why women live longer than men.
Yeah. Let's go play, Dewey. And then they just run into a barn, and he's like, let's have a machete fight.
Yeah. Before that's like they're like playing chicken on like a horse and a tractor, and like jumping onto like spikes and like missing shit.
Yeah, so many other opportunities for them to die. They keep setting it up.
Oh god, yeah, because I mean it's all referencing Elvis's brother, I think. Or wait, is it Elvis's brother or Johnny Cash's brother?
I think it's Johnny Cash. I think it's from the Walk the Line movie. And then I should have went and rewatched Walk the Line just to give me that knowledge for this, but I don't remember. So I'm pretty sure something happens to his brother in Walk the Line.
Yeah, he falls onto a buzzsaw in like the fucking family shed, like that's like being worked on by his dad. It's like a freak accident that like actually happened. It was fucking tragic, but also 1930s shit happened. Right. That's why he had 8 kids. 2 weren't gonna make it because of buzzsaws.
But he cuts his brother completely, like perfectly in half.
Yeah.
Just
like,
typical
Dewey,
scary movie style where he's like on the
in
floor
half.
talking.
Yeah.
Dewey, I've been halved.
Yeah. He's like, I don't know, I've been cut in half pretty bad. You should probably go get mom and dad.
And then he comes. Yeah, they come out. The kid's dead. He's like, the doctor's like, this is the worst case of having I've ever seen, and I was unable to reattach his top part to his bottom part. And the dad goes, "We're not fucking scientists."
It's like he's dead. They're like, no. Yeah, it's like, you aren't even half the man your brother was. Even when he was half a man, you're not even a quarter of the man he was.
And he's like, "Oh, I can't smell." And they're all, the mom's way more concerned about that.
Oh yeah, also character actress Margot Martindale.
Oh yeah, she's great in this movie. Yeah, that must have been a play on something from Walk the Line too. I don't remember. It was either that or I don't know if they're playing on Ray Charles. That was another biopic that had come out.
I think that probably played on like he tragically lost one of his senses. Which one? Smell.
So then he immediately walks out and finds 2 older black men playing some blues music somewhere, and they're like, "What?" He's like, "Little boys don't know nothing about the blues," and he, plays a little blues on the guitar, and then totally not his voice comes on.
Just like the oldest, most like raspy, velvety black man's voice you ever heard.
Put my brother in hell.
I was like, oh shit, he's got the blues.
This starts a habit of casually playing with white people stealing music from black people in this
Yeah.
movie.
Oh
Because
god,
what
yeah,
happens
no.
next is that.
Yeah, because like there's always that whole thing where it's like, oh, like Elvis stole black people music, and like really he interpreted it to kind of become a thing that was more palatable. to black people.
Exactly.
But no, this was straight up like kicked a
He's
man
saying
off the
every
stage.
word he's saying. He's like mouthing the words as he says them in the background.
Yeah,
But
and then
before that, they show him in high school, and they're
oh god,
playing
yeah.
at like some talent show. And this is another trope that they just did in the Bob Dylan movie, where like I don't understand why people are freaking out. That seems to happen
Yeah.
in a lot of these movies.
Well, yeah, this one, it's like the music is almost like a magical, compelling force. Like, regardless of what people are doing or thinking about beforehand, they all must stand and start freaking each other. Like,
And the song
immediately.
is just like, I want to hold your hand.
Yeah.
And
I
the
wanna
priest is
walk
like,
through
it's
the
just
park.
the devil.
Yeah, no, it immediately starts like an intergenerational war because like all the teenagers start like making out and humping each other, and all the adults are just like, devil! And they start fighting each other. And yeah, that's when Dewey's dad is like, I'm kicking you out. I know the devil's music when I see it. And
Priest is at their house for some reason.
yeah, and it's like I'm just talking about holding hands. It's like the devil has hands.
Yeah. It's beautiful. I loved it.
Yeah. And he like started singing to like one girl in the audience for like 2 fucking seconds, and she like followed him back to his house, and that's his wife now apparently. She's like, wait, I'm your
She's like, I'll support you forever through thick and thin. Your
Yeah.
music, and immediately another trope from every music biopic. She's like, you're never gonna do anything with this
Yeah.
music.
Well, beyond that, she's like, I'm gonna be the most loyal 12-year-old wife ever had. Yeah, and he's like 14 at this time. Like all the other kids around him in high school are like actual children, and he's just like giant ass gangly John C. Riley standing above him. Yeah, and then I think the next scene is like them in an apartment with like 3 kids, a year later somehow.
Right. Yeah, she through as it goes on, as it progresses, she just has like armfuls of babies, and then yeah, immediately she's like, "You're never gonna do anything with this, Dewey. Your music's never gonna go anywhere." And then
And he's like, I'm think I'm doing pretty good for a 14-year-old father. I've got like a house and a job.
And then the next scene is pretty much straight out of Walk the Line, where he plays in Walk the Line he's playing like some gospel music that everybody knows, and he's like, I can't sell this shit. And then he plays Folsom Prison Blues or whatever it is. And in this one he's playing That's Amore.
Yeah, well, before that, because he has to meet the Jewish guys first, because the Jews own the media stuff. Yeah, because he at the club he works at, he's like, he said he's always been watching the performers who like sing like basically the song where it's like, I'm a black man and I'm a man that's black, like that level of music, and like it's all like really like good like jazz and like it's like the origins of rock and everything. But like he comes in one day, it's like, I broke my hands and I have laryngitis, and the guys from the record company are coming in today.
Yeah, and it shows him with like a dishwasher cap on, sitting like backstage watching him, like even like his crowd work, he's like mouthing along with him and doing his little gestures like every time he moves.
Yeah, it's like I reckon I can do it, and he goes up there and does like a carbon copy of like the dude's thing, which is like the most racist thing ever because it's coming from a white
woman
guy.
ever walk in on you and they're all like, "What the fuck?"
Then he starts singing, "You Gotta Love Your Negro Man," which is just like it's and the whole joke is it's because like it's like yeah, Elvis and Johnny Cash like stole the song, but like no, John C. Riley stole this fucking song. Like the crowd work, the choreography, the suit.
Well, and then when he meets quote unquote the Jews, and they're like, "We've heard this music before, but for some reason coming from your face."
We like it. And it's like Hasidic Jews, like full on like flat black hats and robes and the curls.
It was
that's where they take him to the studio,
right? Yeah,
which is also, is that the second time we've had what's his name? Damn it, where is it? Is Frank Willard the booth attendant again in this?
Frank Willard?
Yeah.
Who's Frank Willard?
Hold on. Fred Willard. Sorry, Fred Willard. Was Fred Willard the booth guy in this?
No, no, it was, hang on. I don't think so. Let me look. Booth guy and Dewey Cox. No, I hate Google AI, bro.
Yeah, it's ruined searches.
Here's the. Hang on. Mute,
Yeah.
mute, mute. We can't play that.
La 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 la
No,
la.
it's not Fred Willard. It's this guy's another character actor that's in the most random shit. Let's
Yeah,
see if I can.
he occupies a similar ecosystem as Fred Willard. That's probably why my brain got confused.
Yeah, trying to get a picture of his face so I can look it up. There we go. Hang on. Who is this fucking guy? Why? Nothing helpful. Sorry.
Oh, as long,
Yeah,
yeah, as
no,
long as it's
but
not Fred Willard, yeah, whatever.
it's not like Fred Willard.
Yeah,
They do the scene from Walk the Line where he's playing That's Amore, which is apparently a reference to Elvis too, I guess, was what he was originally trying to sell.
trying to be a gospel singer. Yeah.
And he goes like, we can't do anything with this. It goes, unless you can right now sing one song that sums up your essence as a person and why we should hire you.
With these three musicians you have never met before.
And it's great because that's what happens in Walk the Line. And then literally the musicians are like, dude, we don't know this song. And I'm like, exactly.
Yeah, there's a couple other great lines there too. It's like my mom would like that some more. It's like, your mother was wrong and your song is so bad it's shaken my faith in the Jewish people.
Fantastic. Yeah, I always love that fucking cliche shit that happens in so many music biopics.
Yeah,
where they're like, he's like, just follow me, guys, and play something that is not something you follow.
No, yeah, it's like, I've even like that whole thing in like Back to the Future where it's just like, yeah, just like,
But to
it's
say the exact same
watch me
thing.
for the change. It's just like, bitch, am I a mind reader? Like, I can't follow Johnny B. Good on by ear the first time through. I'm like, they're getting like the harmonies and the vocal parts are the same.
Yeah, you have to have like a really good house band to just follow shit like that.
Yeah, and even then they kind of go like, okay, we got it. And this is just like straight off the bat, ready to go, fully rehearsed.
So they play Walk Hard, which is walk the line essentially, and
which kind of slaps. I won't lie.
yeah. Oh, and then it shows a montage of the song getting huge, and it shows like a radio guy go, "This song that just came out this morning is breaking the charts
minutes ago."
It's fantastic.
Yeah, and like you said, it's the same magic. Just like as it spreads, just people start freak dancing each other in the streets, and even like spreads all the way back to his cabin, like back with his mom and pa.
Right.
And she's dancing with him. Yeah. Oh yeah. Every time we see the dad, like the line, "The wrong kid died," like just comes up. And he's like finally starting to come down. He's like, "Yeah, I guess our son is kind of talented." And the mom like gets dizzy, trips on the cord of the radio, falls out the window. And she's like, "I'm okay." And then like a 1950s radio just like beans her in the head and kills her.
Yeah. He was like, it was your music that did it.
Yeah,
And there's a part, he's literally like, I guess it is kind of catchy. Maybe I have been too hard on Dewey.
Yeah, and then he, I think when he's telling him that is like right after like the first orgy or something like that. I think.
Well, I think it's after a show where he's like going up on stage and it's Buddy Holly, which is Frankie Muniz, I think, is playing Buddy Holly.
Yep.
Right. And they're like, you're gonna go on after. It's gonna be the Big Bopper, Buddy Holly, Elvis Presley, and then you. He's like, it's gonna be the Big Bopper, Elvis Presley, and then me. And I was just thinking, I thought they were going to make some kind of joke about how all those guys died on a plane crash, but they didn't.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it was in there, but they're like, that might be a little distasteful. Cause,
And then that's when you see Jack White as Elvis.
Yep, like fucking like high as shit.
He's like, look out, man. And then he walks away and Dewey goes, I don't know what the fuck he just said.
Yeah. And then I think like he's like super nervous and he like goes to find like his like I think he's the bass player, right?
Tim Meadows, I think he's the drummer.
He's the drummer. And he's like freaking out and gonna go find the drummer, and that's just smoking weed in the bathroom with a bunch of chicks. And he's like, what's that? It's like, it's marijuana, Dewey. You don't want none of it. He's like,
I don't want a hangover. He was like, it doesn't give you a hangover. He's like, I don't want to get addicted. It's not habit forming, Dewey.
It's like, well, I don't like affect like my ability to have sex. It makes sex feel amazing.
He's like, I think I do want some of that. I'm like, cool. That's like
goes
my
to,
favorite recurring gag. One of my favorite
Yep.
ever. And yeah,
And
they
yeah, then he,
play their big ass show, and I don't
uh,
remember what happens after.
yeah, well, then he's singing his perfect wife song while he's like banging fucking like everyone essentially at that point. And one of his
Yeah,
like one of his bandmates at one point, which goes back later. He's like, "You texted me 10 years ago, Dewey, and I still have some complex emotions over that whole thing." But yeah, I think that's when his dad actually shows up because he's like at the orgy and like tells him his like music killed his mom.
right. Yeah, and then they just keep getting bigger and bigger. He keeps having more and more kids. I love that every time he's with his wife, like she's not even like kind of saying it anymore. She's just like, "All right, love you, Dewey. You're gonna fail. Your music is
Yep.
gonna fail."
Oh god, yeah, and I think that's after his mom died. I think that's when he does cocaine for the first
Yeah,
time and invents
cocaine.
punk. Yeah, and invents punk music.
It's like it turns all your bad feelings into good feelings, Dewey. I think I do want some of that cocaine. And then yeah, he plays a punk version of Guilty as Charged, I think.
Yep.
Which is another low-key banger.
Yeah, and I think that's when Darlene shows up, Miss Pam Beasley herself.
Right. Yeah, they do their duet, which I
Yeah,
love.
let's do it. Yeah, it's just like complete like sex.
It's like, I just want to make out what you're saying. I want you to beat off all my demons.
Yep. And they like pretty much play like no touchy for 3 weeks because she's a good Christian woman. Where it's just like, I don't think we should like share the same bed, Dewey. And she's like straddling him like in the fucking
Yeah, they're like on
bus.
a tour bus and she's sleeping on top of him in a bus. Thanks for letting me sleep in your bed. He's like, yeah.
Yeah, and then she's like, I mean, I can't do this until I'm married. It's like, let's get married.
Which is, it was just like Johnny Cash's biopic
Yep.
with Jude, where, you know, that's pretty much exactly what happened, except for the part where he doesn't know that you can't marry someone while you're
Yeah,
married
she
to
was
someone
very
else.
aware. Yeah, and she shows up and just like flips her shit and starts attacking him and just like says we're done. And there's a very funny line later. It's like, yeah, I'm in a custody battle, and I don't want custody, but apparently the courts disagree.
Like, they're trying to force it upon me, which I don't think is fair. When do they show the part where he's playing with the Beatles?
Oh, that's a little bit because he goes. There was the part where he does already married. I forgot I was married. Then like, don't you dare write a fucking song right now, Dewey Cox. Like,
Yeah.
while he's having that whole fucking thing. Yeah,
It's
then,
like,
then
you
he starts
leave me
doing.
my monkey. You
Yeah.
take my children.
Then he starts doing pills, and that's when he's in like the insane asylum.
Right.
It's just like at this point, it's like, God damn, this is a dark period.
He does that while he's fucking somebody.
Yeah.
He's like spaced off, and she's like, Dewey? And he's like, I forgot you were here. I'm sorry. And then it cuts, he's drinking and yeah, doing pills and everything.
Yeah.
And then she's
Then there's-
writing the shit out of him. He was like, God damn, this is a dark fucking period.
Yeah, then his manager comes in and is like, Dewey, rehab. And then it's like cuts to rehab.
Yeah, I don't know what, for some reason, the version I watched, there's subtitles for the rest of the movie, but when they're speaking Yiddish, didn't show anything. And I remember there being subtitles for that part, but they're going back and forth in Yiddish for some reason. And then
Yeah,
he's like, rehab. And he's like, rehab? He's like, rehab. And he's like,
oh,
oh,
rehab."
rehab.
Yeah, then it's like, I'm so hot. I need. It's like, no, I'm so cold. It's like, he needs more blankets. I'm so hot. He needs less blankets. I'm hot and I'm cold. He needs less blankets and more blankets.
I love it. And that's you know, like it really nails the tropes that these biopics do, because that's like they get famous, they get on drugs, and then they have to go to rehab, and then there's the comeback album, and that's pretty run of the mill for most of these movies.
Yep. Yeah, the ghost of his brother is talking shit to him while he's in rehab as he becomes Jonah Hill for a little while.
Dude, that was the best. I forgot about that part when we watched this, but when he pops up as his it was so fucking funny, dude. And he's just Jonah Hill, like kind of doing an accent.
Yeah. And
He's like,
"You
it wasn't
fucked
my
up."
fault. He's like, you cut me in half with a fucking machete, Dewey.
Yeah. It's like, do you realize how awesome I would have been? Like,
He's like, you got to be double awesome for the both of us. You got to make a masterpiece, Dewey.
Then Darlene comes back right as he like the second he sobers up. Darlene like walks into the room and says like, "Oh, I've been thinking about you the whole time." And
Yeah, now we'll actually be married, and then
yeah, then God,
shortly around then, I think they do the. When did the Bob Dylan thing happen? That's
yeah,
early
I think that's
on.
right after. No, the Bob Dylan thing's after. I have it in my notes right here. So it's after this. After he comes out of rehab, he goes straight into like Bob Dylan ripping off shit. Where he's just like literally just saying random words like in sequence.
It's fantastic. I love making fun of Bob Dylan.
It's like, what the fuck is this song about? It's like, I have no fucking idea, man.
They're all like, it's a bunch of gibberish, and then Tim Meadows is like, you guys are idiots. This is super deep.
Yep.
They're in the band, not even playing.
Yeah, then it talks about like a bunch of like causes he's getting behind. Like one of them's like a midget like rights, like little people rights.
Yeah, the song he's singing is, oh, what is it? Something little man.
Oh god, yeah, and he's like and like one of his like aliases is like the tallest midget or something like that.
And it shows like a group of dwarf picketers.
Yeah, and they're all in like the back, like they can't see.
Yeah, it says all the elevator buttons are so incredibly high. I stand for the midget at the size of a regular guy. Let me hold you, little man, as the parade passes by.
Oh god, and I think after that is when it goes into the Beatles cameo.
Yeah, which was awesome because it's Paul Rudd, right?
Yeah, Jack Black again.
Really?
I think Jack Black was Paul McCartney. I think, could be wrong.
Hang on, Beatles, Dewey Cox. No. Earlier was Jack White, not Jack Black. That's what I meant to say. Jack White is Elvis. And that's funny that they put him in the same fucking movie. Yeah, Jack Black is Paul McCartney. Paul Rudd is God damn it,
John Lennon.
And then who are the other actors? There it is. Jason Schwartzman is Ringo, and then I am blanking on everybody today. Justin Long, god damn it, is the other Beatle.
Yeah. Oh, it's a dense cast. There's no way I could like name all the celebrities in this off the top.
But I'm
of my
looking
head.
at his face, and I don't know what's up with my brain lately, man. I think it's CTE.
I guess it's called being in our 30s.
Yeah, Justin Long plays the fourth fucking Beatle. I don't remember his name.
Yeah. But yeah, it's so great because like it's like an already fractured Beatles. Like they're already starting to like bicker and like bitch at each other.
And they're doing like the most over the top Beatles impressions. It's fucking hilarious.
Like literally goes like, well, as Paul McCartney of the Beatles. Like it's like literally like the sentence. Oh yeah.
And then they convince him to do acid, and Jenna Fisher's like, you've been sober for this long. Why would you fuck it up now? He's like, it's the Beatles.
Yeah. And it's like, do you think you'll be okay? It's like, honey, no one gets addicted to acid.
And then they got the sweet cartoon tripping out scene, I think, unless I'm making that up.
Yep, nope, that's right. Yep. Yeah, then it cuts to him like jumping in the backyard in the trampoline. He's been doing that for 4 days.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which that whole thing is have you ever heard of Tubular Bells?
Nope.
Okay, I guarantee you've heard it. So you know like the
song?
Yes, so you know the Exorcist theme, the
yeah.
So that is an excerpt from a thing called Tubular Bells, which is this I want to say 21
several part song apparently.
Yeah, it's a progressive rock album, and it's literally this guy like it was Dewey Cox here, like, but not a joke. Like he would literally record all this crazy shit, compress it into one track, then record all this more crazy shit and compress it on top of the other track, and it's just like this like incredibly sonically dense thing. But he worked on it for like 25 years, and it was like it's never done. Like it's never.
Yeah, that sounds like
an
acid thing.
Yeah. Well, I think the original lead singer, like was the Doors. I think it was before Jim Morrison like went completely insane on LSD or something like that.
Right. But yeah, it's he's jumping. Is that when they make him go to rehab again, or is that when he goes?
Yeah,
I remember the PCP thing, but I don't remember.
Because he's like doing this whole thing where he has like Aboriginal tribesmen and like fucking like people like playing goats as he's like trying to get the sound in his head out into the world.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it made me think of Metallica's S&M album. Like, and it's so pretentious, and they're all like, I don't know what the fuck is going. His band's just sitting there.
Yeah, and like they like do like, ooh, and that's like all they have on the fucking album now, and like fucking his wife's like giving birth in the background. He's like, record it. He's just like completely fucking lost his shit at this point. And then he's like, okay, like I'll stop doing acid tomorrow. And then like she like turns away for a second. He's like, what was that? She's like, nothing. He's like, what did you put in your mouth? PCP. Like, I can't be with you anymore.
So he's running through the street, throwing cars and shit in his underwear, and then he's in rehab again.
Yeah, then the Jews come back up, and he's like, rehab. They're like, rehab. Like, all right.
And now you're gonna have to help me with the last portion of this because I was fading out a little bit, falling asleep, and I remember basically what happens, but I don't remember all the little tidbits. Like I know it's old, and
because at that point he goes into the rehab again. Then it cuts back into like present day, and he's like, "Is he almost done?" He's like, "He's in the 70s now."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the other thing keeps happening. He keeps ripping sinks out of the wall every time there's like a problem.
Yeah, the running, yeah.
Just like running gag. Hold on, I'm just trying to. Okay, yeah, I think at that point, like, so he comes out of rehab, and the kid from the kid who plays Jimmy Olsen in fucking the Superman movie is like his kid, and like he's like coming at like he's come back from rehab and he's like coming off of drugs and shit, and he decides he's gonna like just focus on his children now.
Yeah, and then isn't he hosting like a variety show?
Oh yeah, that's right. There's a variety show, and that's where all the 70s stuff comes in. I forgot about that. But yeah, like he's like doing a 70s show, and he's just like kind of like trying to relive a spark of his like failed youth, and he's completely like depressed. And I think at that point is when he's in his house, and like his like kid comes in, and it's like, oh, good to officially meet you, because he's like got 36 kids that he's never fucking
His son's
met.
name is Dreidel.
Yep. And,
the part when they quit the band, that was during when they're doing the Aboriginal shit. He's like, I'm picturing more didgeridoos, and they all quit, and they go. That's one of my favorite parts is when they're like, he's like, you fucked my wife. And he's like, you fucked me, and I still don't know how I feel about it. And it keeps coming back to Tim Moses. He's like, and he never paid for drugs, not once.
And it's like every time he's like, he never paid for drugs once. Yeah, they all split up, and I think that's when like the band falls apart. And yeah, that's when he goes to his kids, and after he plays catch with all 36 of his kids,
yeah,
he's like, oh shit, this is gonna take a while because he knows how many kids and like half siblings there are. And, then Jenna Ortega comes back.
Jenna Fisher.
Jenna Fisher, sorry. I don't know what I'm thinking of.
Somebody's thinking about Wednesday.
Yeah, Jenna Fisher comes back, and they finally have this cathartic experience, and he's like, I can smell.
Yeah.
It's like
I
he's
love
kind
that,
of like
that interview part where he's doing Jane Lynch is interviewing him, and she's like, tell us about your mom. Like, she died, and she keeps touching on all these touchy subjects.
My music killed her. My dad's relationship is not good. We don't talk.
She's like, when does Dewey stop to smell the rose? He's like, I have no sense of smell, you fucking bitch.
Oh god, the one thing we do forget to talk about is like right before the end, he goes to reconcile with his dad.
Yeah. Oh,
And,
yeah. The fucking machete.
Yeah, it's like, I just wanted to realize I never said I'm sorry. You can apologize by dying.
Yeah, they have a machete fight. He chops himself in half. He's like, I never realized how easy it is to have yourself.
Yeah, he's like, wow, I really wish I'd spent all those years like reconciling with you, son, instead of trading my mind and body for a machete fight.
It's so over the top, but I love it so much.
And he's like,
and that actor is great, man. That the guy that plays his dad.
Yeah, it's like they have pretty good like medical like procedures nowadays. I'm pretty sure they can put them back together.
And they're not even trying to use like any insane special effects. He's just very clearly in the floor with a hole around him.
Yeah, with like a pair of mannequin legs. Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. So then they're back in the present day. He's walking through the hall, and that girl tries to hit him. And he's like, I'm a happily married man. She's like, he fucked my grandma. She's like, oh god. And then Yeah, he has like a last conversation with like every aspect of his psyche, like his childhood self, his reflection of himself, his the ghost of his mom and dad and little brother all come into like the dressing room and give him like this last minute of self-actualization. She's like, yeah, and there's like another voice like, yeah, we all love you. And he turns and it's like, who the fuck are you? And it's like, I'm your feminine side. And it's just like him in drag. It's like, oh, I just hoped you get in touch with me.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
show
then
him a rapper doing a cover or sampling one of his songs, right? Little
yeah,
nutsack.
little nutsack, yeah, little Tuxog and Dewey Cox. Nutsack and Cox, it goes together great. It's a whole package. And yeah, so it's like his career gets revived, and he gets the inspiration for his last song, which is like "It's Been a Hell of a Ride." I think it's something it's called. Right?
Yeah, beautiful ride. Yeah.
Beautiful Ride, yeah. Which is just kind of like a compilation of all the other songs that he's done, and sums it up. And he has this big triumphant last performance, and like puts up the mic, and there's a freeze frame because Dewey Cox died 3 minutes later, and just like cuts like a photo of him like stumbling on stage. Oh god!
Oh, that's fucking amazing. This movie, I love this movie. There's a couple movies of the John C. Reilly's peak that he was just fucking murdering it, and
Yep.
this movie was
I
so
never-
slept on, man. Like
I know.
my
Yeah,
fucking, I
everyone
remember my
forgets he's in
dad and uncle getting drunk all the time, and they just start singing that duet song. I just
Yeah,
want
no,
to
he
beat
was-
off all my demons.
Yeah, he's in tons of stuff. And he was in Gangs in New York around this time, I think, too.
There's no way that was if this was around the same time as Gangs of New York, I'm
Wanna
gonna
say-
kill myself.
Like, I want to say within 5 years. I want to.
Get the fuck out of here. That was 2002? Dude, I thought Gangs of New York was like 90s, like early 90s. Holy
Yep.
balls.
Yeah, no, he was doing good then. Then he
Okay.
did The Vampire's Assistant, and everything kind of fell apart.
That was brutal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gangs of New York slaps, though. We should put that in something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Um,
that used to be against something like good, though. That's the thing.
Oh, yeah, no, 100%. But
Like maybe even like just do like a double like,
fucking Godfather. I don't know.
Maybe do like a John Day Lewis or
Daniel
like,
Day-Lewis?
Daniel Day Lewis. I'm
Oh, yeah, you
just,
could
like,
match up with like Lincoln or something, yeah.
yeah, or something maybe like There Will Be Blood or something would be good to go with.
Yeah, it's a good ass movie.
Yeah,
But
then we have to actually bust out our fucking like analytical fucking degrees and shit, and like actually sit down and think about it.
oh yeah, no, I mean I love me some Daniel Day-Lewis. I'm down. But yeah, that wraps up old Dewey Cox. And yeah, he referenced so many fucking movies in there. Did Walk the Line. The Ray Charles one was huge. It was like right when they
Yeah.
started doing a whole bunch of music biopics. Like
Yeah, I
Back to back
weirdly
to
remember
back.
that era. Yeah, like there was like a Bob
It was
Dylan
great.
one. There was like the Elvis Presley one.
yeah, I loved it. I wish they did more of that. Like the Bohemian Rhapsody I think is like the epitome of that, but also
Mhm.
how much of it wasn't true, which is another thing that happens with all these movies.
Yeah,
is
they
that-
get deified. Like
Mhm.
there's a you ever it's an old fucking movie. You ever see it's called like the Life of Babe Ruth or something like that?
Huh. Is that
Oh,
the
it's
one
like-
with John Goodman?
No, it's way before. It's like 1950s one. Like
No,
it came
never.
out. It came out while he was still alive, basically, and like it
Oh, that's
ends on
never.
it ends on a cliffhanger because like he hadn't died from like his throat cancer yet. So, but there's literally a scene in that movie that is unironically the
I think they should call
exact
a
same.
cliffhanger is not dying. Whoa,
Yeah.
while the movie's still around.
Oh, no, they do. It's like they literally go. It's like he's going to like a medical procedure. We'll see how it goes. The end. Like that's a fucking cliffhanger.
That's fucked up.
But yeah, like literally, like because it's the same actor that plays him through the entire movie, and there's literally a point where it's like a 28-year-old man is playing a 13-year-old in an orphanage,
Yeah.
going, "Golly gee whiz,
Hey,
Mister."
maybe that's why they did John C. Reilly playing himself at 14.
Yeah, and like deifies him and completely forgets about his first two wives. Like it's insane.
Yeah, the Queen one, so much of it that wasn't true is so dumb that they felt the need to lie about some of it. Like
Yeah, well,
the
it's
fact
'cause
that he
they-
didn't know he had AIDS when he did the epic Live Aid show. And like why did you even need to say he knew he had AIDS? Like it's weird. They all do it.
Yep. Well, it makes a better story.
You know, Sacha Baron Cohen was supposed to play Freddie Mercury, which I thought would have been amazing. He looks exactly like him.
Yeah, I was gonna say I could definitely see it, and not to mention the man's a fucking chameleon, anyways. So
He's great. But yeah, he turned it down because Brian May he was like, he's describing the plot. He's like, and then Freddy dies, and he's like, and that's the end of the movie. And he's like, no, this is like 20 minutes in. He's like, what are you talking about? What is the rest of the movie about? He's like, Queen. He's like, nobody's going to want to watch that.
no.
So thank God that didn't happen.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me get my soundboard pulled up here. We'll get into our 10 rounds to decide which one is the best mockumentary versus biopic, best music comedy era film. So we'll start with round 1, premise execution, mock doc versus biopic parody. Which film commits to its chosen format? The faux documentary or the biopic structure with the satire?
I mean, I think like for sticking to form, for better or for worse, like I might want to give this one a Spinal Tap.
Yeah, better execution. They're both great, man. I think
that's what I'm saying. Like they both execute well, but like the I love Dewey Cox, but the there's a lot of like cutaways to things that would not be in a biopic. Like when it cuts to like Ma and Pa's cabin while they're having this like interaction about the song happening, like wouldn't be something you would see. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I think for this one specifically, you have to give it to Spinal Tap just because how many people apparently in the 80s literally just thought this was a documentary about a band called Spinal Tap.
Exactly, yeah. It did the Borat thing like almost unintentionally, where like it just like tricked an entire group of people into believing this fake persona was like a real thing.
But like I said, there's so much of Walk Hard that I love that it nails about biopic tropes.
Exactly, but that's the thing. Like it's lampooning the tropes, whereas for this question specifically, I feel Spinal Tap is like just doing this one thing. Like it's not hitting a lot of tropes. It's no, we're doing a mockumentary for better or for worse. Like it's
and it was
subtle,
so far ahead of its time, it didn't have a whole lot of mockumentaries to pull off of. So
yeah, I'm trying to think of like anything. The only thing that comes to mind is like there was like a prank in the 50s because people didn't know where pasta was, and there was like a documentary about how pasta grew on trees just to fuck with people.
What the fuck are you doing? What?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was like one of the first like mockumentaries. It was like an April Fool's joke, but like spaghetti was like such a new thing in the 50s to people that they didn't know where it came from. So it was a whole thing about the spaghetti trees. And they had people like up on the ladders.
I want to see what Google thinks the first mockumentary is.
Yeah, that's a good question. Probably some obscure French
There's
film.
something called The Connection from 1961. A Hard Day's Night in 1964.
Okay, I know Hard Day's Night.
Or I was going to say this, but the War of the Worlds radio broadcast.
Yeah, true.
That's got to take the cake for that. But yeah, the second thing that comes up is the Swiss spaghetti harvest.
Yep, there you go. I was right. I was one off. I'm proud of myself.
I wonder how many stupid fucking people pass that down to generations of children.
There's probably still people believe that shit in the Midwest somewhere.
But I went 10-9 split for round 1, going to Spinal Tap.
Yeah, it's they're both executed wonderfully, but I think Spinal Tap has that little extra finger on the scale of is committing to the bit a little.
Oh, we should give Spinal Tap an 11 and Dewey Cox a 10.
There you go.
It's perfect. All right, well, that takes us into round 2, frontman energy, leads and core band dynamic. Spinal Tap obviously has the 2 leads, and the Walk Hard is entirely John C. Reilly.
Yeah.
I mean, me personally, I just love John C. Reilly. I feel like
I feel like as a duo they work well, but like I had to go and look up the character names again.
Exactly.
Which was, David and Nigel, even though it's been said a ton of times.
You ever seen Better Call Saul?
Yeah.
So did you know that the blonde lead singer is Chuck in Better Call Saul, his brother?
Really?
In the show?
Didn't catch that at all.
I could just tell from the little nose lines that I recognized him from somewhere. But yeah, he turns into Chuck Goodman.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like between the two of them, John C. Reilly he's so fucking funny. And
yeah. Because it's both like he has like this level of like swag and charisma, but it's still like completely absurd. But like the character doesn't play it like it's stupid. Like I don't know.
And
It
I
walks a
wouldn't
fine
say
line.
that the two of them in Spinal Tap really lead the movie or carry the movie.
No,
It's very much a big group effort.
yeah,
But
it's an ensemble cast, 100%. Yeah, like they're all. It's an improv group where there's like no one person kind of shining. They're all kind of pinging off
right.
each other constantly.
Yeah, I would give Spinal Tap like a 8-ish here. Does that sound good?
Yeah, yeah, because like there is like some subtlety, like we said, between like their action, like when the wife comes in and like there's just like these like looks between
Right.
like the band members, just like oh fuck.
Yeah, it's definitely
Like,
two different kinds of comedy for sure, and I love them both. I love the dry humor of Spinal Tap, and yeah, the little funny things that like aren't as in your face that you have to like actually be paying attention to catch. But both great. Um,
but as a lead man, yeah, like John C. Reilly definitely takes it.
yeah. All right, well that'll take us into round 3. Songbook Throwdown. Originals only. Compare the quality and comedic values of the original songs. Spinal Tap has the absurdity like Stonehenge. Walk Hard spans the decades with tracks like Duet, Guilty as Charged, Walk Hard, then Little Nutsack. And,
Yeah, I mean,
I gotta say, the songs I like better out of Walk Hard. They're definitely more memorable.
Yeah, because like I have to kind of like think kind of hard, like love farm, da 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 da. It's like I can kind of like eke it out in my head if I really think about it, but like Walk Hard is like stuck in my head for a couple of days afterwards.
Yeah, and I mean that's most of the effort into the songs on Spinal Tap seem to go into like making the metalhead vibe, like the hair metal vibe with the guitars and everything, which they did great.
Yeah.
But like the lyrics are all pretty much copy paste for every song they played, just some vaguely sexual lyrics. But like Let's Duet, fucking hilarious how they're playing on the innuendos and stuff, and then
Yeah, and a lot of times with the Spinal Tap stuff is like we're just getting excerpts, like we're just gonna hear the chorus and like a little bit of a verse of one song. So
right.
you can't really like get locked into it and see if it's good or bad because it's just kind of like this quick thing. Then we cut to backstage and we're just hearing the sound muffled like from like behind a wall, whereas it really
Right.
focuses on the songs and
Bonus point to
Walk Hard.
Spinal Tap for apparently the fact that they all knew how to play the instruments they were playing, which is cool.
Yeah, both bands though. I think like everyone learned how, but definitely the metal is definitely harder than what
Right.
fucking
Right.
John C. Reilly was doing. Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun.
Until you get to the didgeridoos and shit, I guess. But
Yeah.
but
I
I
have a
would
didgeridoo and I know how to play it. I'm just saying.
really go get
Yep.
it right now.
Oh god, I gotta see if I can remember where it is. It's either in this closet or
I
it's
will
in
edit
the
around this,
street.
but if you do this successfully, this is going to be clipped.
Oh, yeah, here's my didgeridoo. Didgeridoo.
My God, yes.
Yeah, no, my dad was National Geographic back in the day and has some weird shit from around the world, but let's see if smoking still lets me do this. Hold on. Wait, hold on. Let's get the mic set up here. Hold on.
This
Yeah,
is fucking
gotta get in there.
fantastic.
Fuck, is there something in here? Oh,
All your weed is stuffed in there.
no, there's I think my dad is using this as a walking stick at some point. There's like a little rubber stopper in here. All right, here we go.
That's fucking amazing. I'm going to start making you do that as part of the intro of the show.
Didgeridoo.
I fucking love that. That was awesome. But yeah, for the songbooks, I'm going to go. I'm only going to give Spinal Tap like a 7 here.
Yeah, I mean, I would
honestly.
even maybe a 6 because, like, kind of part of the joke of it was like how much it sucks and
How cliche it is. Yeah.
yeah, it's like this fat, which I mean, like rough for the scoring, but with this how it's specifically phrased, I
Right.
would say, yeah, it's this. The songs were of less quality, which was intentional because, like I said, the trajectories in these two bands were different. We're seeing the rise of Dewey Cox and the fall of Spinal
Right.
Tap.
Yeah. They, the songs are just definitely more memorable
Yeah.
for me out of Dewey
Which even-
Cox. I mean,
Part
when
of the
you
joke,
name
too,
the
is-
song, when you name the movie after one of the songs, I guess it kind of has to be. But you know.
yeah. But yeah, like because like even one of the jokes though is like their old music is like low key better, like
Right. Their Beatles era shit, and yeah.
Yeah.
But like I will say, this is me super nitpicking here, but when you listen to the lyrics of their super parody songs in Spinal Tap. Even that, like some of the structure of the lines they write on, it's just shitty. Like,
Yeah.
not just for, it's not even like because it's part of a joke. It's just shitty, and it kind of feels like maybe the cast members wrote a few of them or something. So,
Yeah.
it wasn't the focal point of the movie at all, but it just wasn't that great.
No. Yeah, I'm not
So
going to put on the
yeah,
Spinal Tap album, but I have put on the Get Into the Greek album before, so it's like,
that dude, that is a fucking banger. That album,
Right?
I think I bought that for Keeson, and he listened to it like crazy, dude.
Dude, it's just unironically good. Fucking like Fuzzy Wall is good. Fucking
It's great. Yeah, no, I bought it from my dad too. He listens to that CD. And yeah, I think
Bangers and
Keeson
Mash is a
had
banger.
yeah, I think Keeson had the clap as his ringtone for me for a while.
Yeah, no, like yet again, that's a movie that kind of went all the way with the music, and it
Yeah.
shows. Like
Yeah, I
some
think that's on
great
our it's on
composers.
our wheel for something. I don't remember what it's matched up with, but it's for something. All right, going into round 4. We talked about the historical tropes where they're going through like their Beatles era, Bob Dylan era, and everything. So yeah, which one do you think did it better? You got Spinal Tap's Jazz's Odyssey, Walk Hard's
Yeah.
Dylan parody.
It's interesting because yet again, it's like the opposite, like paths that we're kind of watching because like Spinal Tap is all in kind of retrospect, like they're looking back at the things
Right.
they did and remembering them, whereas we're kind of experiencing it as it's happening with Dewey Cox. So I don't know, like I guess like we get more with Dewey Cox because at the end of the day, the Spinal Tap thing is doing the mockumentary and we would have limited information. Like all you would see is like things that were recorded back then, which was like
It's
pretty
definitely
uncommon.
less of a focal point in Spinal Tap as to where Dewey Cox is like really laying it out there. Like this is, they even say,
Yeah.
they say you sound like Bob Dylan era, and then they got the Beatle era when he's with the Beatles, and it definitely makes it more of a focal point. But I did think of it immediately when they shows it in Spinal Tap that
Yeah,
I wonder
think
if it was
they
pulling
might
off
do-
of that.
Yeah, I think maybe a little bit because I think Spinal Tap might do a little better because it's sprinkled throughout the entire movie, but not necessarily chronologically. Like it's not just like, oh, here's the 50s era, the 60s era, the 70s era. It's like they're all going through this like current timeline, and then we're kind of like referencing back to like the glory days, which is kind of I think maybe a
And the
little more
jazz
interesting.
thing is just like an aside with
Yeah.
like we're gonna go into our jazz era right now. I don't know.
So,
It's a
like,
tough one though, because I love
Yeah.
the Bob Dylan thing specifically cracks me the fuck up because I always made fun
Yeah.
of Bob Dylan.
He's like tambourine, cactus, fly paper on the wall.
The mailbox street side in the middle of the I love it. They're both pretty good,
Yeah.
but yeah, I like I don't know. I feel like Spinal Taps are just like not expected, and it makes it a little bit funnier.
Yeah, whereas like you're kind of more like going with the linear flow of time for Dewey Cox. So it's like, okay, we're getting up to the 70s, we're gonna see some 70s shit here. Whereas it's like, oh god, what the fuck was that? They were a band in the 40s? What the fuck?
Yeah, that is another aspect of it that cracks me up. Is they show it as like 40 years ago when we played Beatles music, and you're like, wait,
Yep.
what the fuck?
Yeah, so I might give it to a Spinal Tap just like a little bit, like 1 point over maybe.
Okay,
Is it?
yeah, we could do another 11 and 10.
Yeah.
11 is Spinal Tap, 10. All right. So we're tied right now 2-2. Going into round 5. Round 5 is quotability and one-liners. The memorable dialogue and staying power in pop culture. Spinal Tap has these go-to 11. Walk Hard has Wrong Kid Died. It has the duet. It has a lot of shit, honestly, that I
Yeah,
remember
but-
quoting a lot.
Yeah, but like honestly, like just like in the wild, I think I'd be way more likely to hear a Spinal Tap quote than I would to be a Walk Hard quote, unfortunately.
Yeah, probably.
Because the amount of times I've heard like go to 11 and like I'm trying to think like some of the other ones like
And most of the time, they don't know where that came from.
yeah, exactly. That's how like how much it like penetrated like the cultural zeitgeist. This is like you don't even know where the reference is from when you're using it.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely more intrinsical into music culture too. The the lines from. But it's so there's gonna be a part, I will say, for cultural impact and legacy that is probably gonna go to Spinal Tap. As far as which one has the best one-liners,
Yeah.
in my opinion, I would give the Walk Hard. They're just funnier.
Yeah. It's like,
And
you
there's
don't want none of this, Dewey? Yeah, there's just like, yeah, a bunch of
yeah, you
crack
don't want
art.
none. That was the one I was looking for. That one stuck around for so long, and then yeah, the wrong kid died, and yeah, I just think they're better. I mean, if that's what
Yeah.
we're looking for in round, because we're like I said, round 10 is 99% sure it's going to go to Spinal Tap,
Yeah.
which
'Cause,
kind
yeah,
of covers what you just said.
me and my friends would say cocaine for a very long time.
Yeah, cocaine, 100%. I still say that, but yeah, for this one, I would give it to Walk Hard just because I know what's coming, and I know that
Yep. Just
certainly if you
bracer.
look at this from the point of view of which one has like the better lasting or like most repeated, I would definitely give it to Spinal Tap. But like,
Yeah. But I will say it's probably a much, well, I don't even think Spinal Tap was written. I think like, or I think it's like 100 hours of improv was basically cut down.
definitely,
Yeah.
which I would love to see the lost footage of Spinal Tap because Rob Reiner's fucking hilarious. I wish he had been more involved in Spinal Tap's
Yeah.
like actual dialogue.
I mean, you got to think that like the negatives are somewhere. Like this is like
Of
Event
the
Horizon. Oh yeah, like all not the outtakes, but like the unused like stuff.
right. Yeah, no, that'd be great to see.
Yeah, 'cause I know a bunch of shit got like intentionally destroyed. Like Event Horizon, I know like had like a couple of scenes in it like eventually intentionally stored badly, so they would just never be seen.
Well, that's fucked up.
Yep.
Have
Well,
you
to be
seen
fair,
anything about the sequel yet? Like, literally just today for the first time saw like an actual 10-second teaser trailer come up on TV, but
I saw like literally a picture of all of them sitting in a limo and looking like they're all about to die, but that was like really
well,
all
just
the
from
promo I've
knowing
seen.
what the lead singer looks like now, I
Yeah.
can't imagine what the rest of them look like. And
Yeah,
the
I mean,
end continues. That's hilarious.
it basically they all look like Ozzy Osbourne, like 10 minutes before he died. Like it's
Yeah, I'm
rough.
definitely gonna watch it, but yeah, they all look like shit.
Yeah,
Except for
hopefully they
that
reference
one guy, the bassist looks amazing still. That's pretty real. That's usually how it goes with rock bands. So one
Yeah.
still looks good.
Well, he had the
Yeah.
least amount of sex and drugs and rock and roll because he was the bassist.
Yeah, do you know when it comes out? I just know it comes out this year.
No,
Must be soon
yeah.
if they're showing shit on TV, but oh, September 10th. There we go.
Hey, there we go. Hey, we're kind of timely with this.
Yeah, no, perfect. All right, well, that takes us into round 6. Running gags and payoff. Consistency and final punch of recurring jokes, like the combusting drummers or the endless bad advice bits. You don't want none of this.
I mean,
This was tough because the drummer thing is fucking hilarious. to
yeah.
me.
And I'm trying to think of any other reoccurring gag in the. I mean, I guess the radio thing is kind of a reoccurring.
The radio
gag.
thing also got me
Yeah.
every fucking time. I was laughing my ass off about that.
I guess like the reoccurring gag of like the venue getting like actively shittier and smaller every time they play a show.
Right.
They
They got a lot of good ones. I didn't.
Yeah, but so,
Yeah,
so does Walk Hard though. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it's got the "you don't want none of this," which is iconic.
Yeah.
It's fucking
you'll
hilarious.
you'll never succeed, Dewey Cox. Like, just how casual that gets.
His wife's one. Yeah, that one's
Yeah.
probably my favorite. Where she's just like, "All right, love you. You're gonna fail. Your music's never going anywhere. Bye."
Yeah, and, like after he's like already like a multi-million-dollar like gold album selling artist. He's
He
like,
even
"You're
says
gonna fail."
that at a certain point.
Oh god, yeah, yeah. You don't want none of this. This is like a good one.
Both
the
great.
rehab,
I would
the
almost
multiple
call this
rehab
a
sprints.
wash.
Yeah, I think it might be a tie because like there's like everything they do basically is like there's a call, there's a response to it. Like
Because the
all
drummer
comes
thing
back.
really kills me. Like,
Yeah. It's just so random and like it's completely unconnected. Like every time it's been a different thing.
Yeah, the radio thing. Like I said, you got to remember that probably, I don't think that was a big thing in the 80s, is anybody
Yeah.
having wireless guitars. But it took me
No,
a minute
no,
to pick up on what even was fucking happening because it says
Yeah.
that it's like 30 minutes later before the radio thing happened.
Well, it's the same thing back with Wayne's World. There's like a whole scene about his like CD player in his car and how it's like a big deal.
Right. Yeah, no, it was fucking hilarious, dude. Once I figured out what was happening with his guitar, I was I was laughing my fucking ass off.
Yeah, but I would call a tie on this one maybe because they're both very very good at this, and I couldn't really think of one that does it better than the other.
Yeah, agreed. All right, well, that takes us into round seven. Satire sharpness. Industry slash trope kill count. How accurate each film is in skewering its target. Music industry's absurdityness from Spinal Tap versus the biopic cliches.
Yeah, like this,
Also, both
it's
fucking nail it.
they're different though because I want to say like Walk Hard is like in terms of like sharp satire is kind of like a blunt baseball bat to the head. Like it's
Right.
effective, but it's not very subtle. Whereas like Spinal Tap is like, oh shit, I got stabbed. What? How did that happen? Like it's
Right.
so subtle. Like,
The payoff for some of these jokes is pretty far into the movie, but yeah, I don't know. Like I said, they both nail it. They definitely nail the vibe of how these bands act, even when everything around them is pointing to that they're failing in popularity, fading out of the limelight, and they're still just like throwing a
no,
bitch fit over how their sandwich isn't right.
yeah, it's like they can't adjust to the fact that like they're not massive like international superstars anymore. And it's just this is the subtlety of those performances, like the fragile, bruised egos of these men who are trying very hard not to acknowledge the fact that like the ship is falling apart underneath them as they're fucking sailing on it. Is like
Well, they never really do acknowledge it either, even when they are
no,
like, okay, this one's over, but they're like, yeah, now that just means we get to do all this other stuff.
yeah. It's like they still think people care. Like,
I
and
think
then
I'd
they
give
go
this
have
one to Spinal Tap just because, I mean, also the fact that like doing a mockumentary like this had not really been done. And
yeah, no, it was a new thing, and it was a very well made new thing, even if it wasn't acknowledged for it at the time.
yeah, and some of I love the poking fun at the tropes and stuff they do in Walk Hard, but sometimes they're like literally calling it out, like this is this
Yeah,
trope.
it's like joke. Like it's definitely that was a movie that was made for the masses, like to like
Yes.
make everyone go ha ha ha. Whereas Spinal Tap was made by someone who was passionate and had something to say.
Yeah, Rob Reiner.
Yeah, no, because
um,
it is painful how true some parts of that movie is. Like our band never got like huge. Like we only ever sold out like a like probably 200 or 300 like seat place, but like just even like
right.
that like like, on the back end of their thing, like I've played that puppet show and I know how much it
Exactly. Same
hurts.
thing. We played at a literal dog show once. We played it in a strip mall. I don't know who booked us for this, but we're in like an what used to be like a KB Toys or something, and it was an aware like walkathon for dogs or some shit. They're raising money for um shelter. And during our set, like they didn't have a stage, they didn't have nothing. We had to have a guy sit in front of the bass drum for Kane's drum kit so it wouldn't keep sliding across the floor when he was hitting it. And at one point they walked up, cut us off mid song. They're like, "Can you guys turn it down a little bit? It's disturbing the dogs." And we're like, "Why are we fucking here?"
Yeah, no, we had two that I think were the worst, and I think one was shortly before our band broke up. But the first one that was really bad was we were playing a Mexican carnival. And
Ooh.
yeah, it sounds good, but we were credited as rock in English. And it was one of those things like once like all these like white teenagers set up on stage, like the entire crowd just fucking like parted like the Red Sea and disappeared back into the carnival.
Yeah.
And then
Sounds
the
about right.
mariachis came back on afterwards, and they all came back.
That's
And then
sad.
the one after that was we were kind of like a like indie like rock night like band in like the early 2000s. We had like some protest songs, and our manager thought it'd be a really good idea to sign us up for a thing at a Legion Hall.
We did the same thing, dude.
Yeah, I think
But
one of the
I don't think they paid any attention to what the songs actually said. We picked one song called "Off to War" that starts with a like cadence of like a drummer boy at wartime. They're like, "That was great."
yeah, no, they paid attention to what we said. Like one of the lines is, "We don't need another war. They're all full of shit and nothing more." and that kind of turned the tone, and we got chased out of there by a guy with one of those collapsible batons. We had to send the manager back later to get our instruments.
Well, that could have went either way. They could have been like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I don't want another war either. But
Yeah, I think these were all like Desert Storm vets, so they were just like, yeah.
yeah, this definitely nailed a lot of the elements of being in a band on its way down or never really on its way up.
Yep. Yeah. No, I can
So I
smell
went
some of these places.
11 to 10 again for this. But
Yep.
taking us into round 8. Costumes and era blend.
Oh. I mean,
You know, Spinal Tap is primarily set in the 80s, and it has like a little bits here of like, this is, but it's like pre-recorded shit too. But like Walk Hard, you're literally going through the 60s, 70s, to present day. And I think it nailed the costume, especially when it shows like aged Jenna Fisher.
Yep.
And, I don't
was
know.
gonna
I
say
feel
like Jenna Fisher in the '70s. She had like the little like gold spangly outfit and everything, and
right.
had like
And
the flower child thing.
His wife's got like the white like head wrap on at all times just to show how stressed out she is, and the farm clothes. And
God, it's one of the lines where it's like it's inconceivable that I'm gonna be here for every birth of every child.
Yeah. He's like, I'm gonna be busy.
Yeah.
That was fantastic. Yeah, I think you got to give this one just because they do more eras.
Yeah.
And more...
Because like I said, it's a retrospect from Spinal Tap, but like with Dewey, we're traveling through it. So like he's wearing like the super psychedelic like poncho in the 70s,
right.
And he's
got
wearing
basically like the Elvis jumpsuit and
mm-hmm.
The set design though, like the pod shit and everything they do, how progressively more insane it gets in Spinal Tap is hilarious though. Because...
Yep. Just them grasping at straws, trying to get an audience with any kind of spectacle they can is wonderful.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say it's actually an era thing with the set dressing, definitely. Like,
right.
But also, yet again, at Spinal Tap, it's like a lot of the set dressing is just like they were recording a thing in the era of the eras.
Right.
It's easy to do that. Like, I could go make a movie in 2025, like right now, real easy.
Right. That's true. Well, they're doing 80s shit and they're literally in the 80s. So
yeah, which looks like a great period piece to us now. It's like, oh my god, this is such good 80s. But like, they just went to TJ Maxx and got like what was popular.
And the guitarist is wearing like the same shit the entire movie. So
it's like, yes, anatomically correct. It's like, so like, yeah, if we just cut you open, it'd look like that. Yeah, it's setting up green.
Right. Yeah, I'd give bonus points for the set stuff, but I'd still give the round to Dewey Cox.
Yeah, like I said, it embraces it more and it swims through the eras more, and yeah, we're just kind of stuck in the 80s with Spinal Tap.
Yeah, I mean, just when they show the Beatles and the clothes they're wearing are like dead on accurate Beatles clothes, like that was good shit.
And their sitar era.
Fuck, man, I love watching. I can't. The fact that they got all those people in the movie just for that one scene, and it was fucking hilarious, is just beautiful.
The thing that's always insane to me about the Beatles, though, is I think they were only a band for like 7 or 8 years or something like that.
You would think they had been a band since the dawn of time, the way their fans act about them.
Uh-huh.
I've never been a huge Beatles fan, and I'm sure I'm going to catch hate for that. But
this stuff I like, but like I definitely had some friends who like worship like every single note that they've ever produced, and like this is cool. Like I can kind of get behind some like Sgt. Pepper's and stuff like that, but they get a little weird. Like you throw on like fucking Revolution Number 9, I'm leaving the goddamn room.
Have you ever seen Yesterday, the movie where everybody forgets the Beatles existed?
Yep, that one guy like fucking like makes Ed Sheeran want to kill himself.
Yeah,
yeah.
And possibly the most unrealistic part of that movie is not that he would remember how to play every Beatles song note for note, but that making Beatles music right now would make anyone shoot into superstardom.
Yeah. Well, also beyond that fact that music would even be the same, because I mean, like, you know, love them or hate them, like they fucking like left like a massive handprint on like the musical genre.
Yeah.
And, like, would it even be popular? That kind of shit even be popular? Like, it would have got to the U.S.
That's true. But Yeah, problem number one is that there's very few bands that I would know wall to wall how to play there, and it does
Yeah.
do a couple jokes here and there where he's like, I can't remember how this part goes, but
There's that whole part in Hot Tub Time Machine too, where like one of the characters is like stealing songs from like
yeah.
Taylor Swift and everything, and he kind of remembers what they were.
Good shit. So yeah, we're going into round 9, I think. Yes. Um, ensemble and cameo slap fight, which is just not even fair.
Yeah, I mean, well,
If we're
that's the
doing
thing. Like, maybe,
ensemble,
yeah, maybe also like I would have noticed more of the cameos like back in the '80s because I'm sure there's shit that just completely fucking went over our
well,
head.
or if they weren't literal fucking mimes,
Yeah, that too.
they had cameos. I mean, Fran Drescher's like, you
A
know,
character, yeah.
was she huge in the 80s though? When was?
The Nanny was the '90s, I want to
That's
say.
what I'm saying. Was this just before she got huge?
I mean, it's such a small movie. I mean, who knows? She might have even gotten like discovered from this.
True. Yeah, but I mean, they got Dana Carvey and Billy Crystal. Who else was it? They got like 4 fucking people, and they made them all
Yeah.
mimes, which is hilarious for the joke. But your movie was so goddamn small, you couldn't afford to do that. You should have made it so you could see these people. Like, it would have helped you tremendously.
Yeah, I just like kind of feel like it definitely was like a favor to the director kind of a thing though, where it's just like, hey, I'm doing a thing. Can you come on for a day and do a couple of lines?
Well, then they don't even have. I'm saying they don't even have lines when they're like Dana
I think
Carvey.
they do say something like they because like they're like smoking cigarettes in the fucking like stairwell at one point. Like this is fucking bullshit. Like
I don't know. It's tough. It's tough to give it.
Yeah.
Like they could have made so much more out of that might have helped them. I'm not even saying make a lot, like still just one scene, but like have like a bit when you have those people in the same room at the same time.
Yeah. I guess like it was like that was part of the joke in his mind though. It's like, yeah, we
I
have these
get
guys,
it,
we're
yeah.
gonna use them. Yeah, but yeah, it's a little
But it suffered for it financially.
yes.
But yes, it is. It did. Once I found out that they were in it, that itself was a hilarious joke, and I just wonder if they feel like the payoff was worth it for me. 30 years later, 40 years later, looking at the cast and be like, "Oh, okay, I get it."
Yeah. It made you laugh 40 years later, so I guess it was worth it. So
But I mean, the cameos in Dewey Cox are fucking massive.
it's literally like every 120 seconds, I want to say there's a new cameo.
Right. Yeah, you got the Beatles one, you got his whole band is a bunch of huge stars.
Got Buddy Holly, you got Elvis, like all the hot blonde chicks from the 70s. Who were all playing themselves with very heavy makeup.
Right. I'm not
It's
gonna
like-
lie, I'm a little hung up on this one just because of how funny it is that they did the cameos of Dana Carvey and Billy Crystal just to not show their faces or have them speak. Like, it's
Yep.
super funny to me. I mean, on paper, they have better cameos and shit in Dewey Cox for sure, but I don't know. That's so fucking funny to do that.
Yeah, I think it's more clever, but yeah, if we're going by oh my goodness, if we're going by like total cameo quality, it's got to be Dewey Cox because it's
Yeah.
literally just
You're right. It's just
every couple
it's
of
so
seconds.
fucking funny that they did that. So we'll give Walk Hard just wall to wall cameos, and they're on his backup band is fucking hilarious in itself. And yeah, Tim Meadows makes everything better. I give a Spinal Tap a 9 though, because that is so goddamn under the
Yeah.
radar funny.
They didn't have as much to work with, but what they worked with, they did a much better job with, I would say.
Right. All right, round 10 is cultural impact and legacy, which I think is going to be a no-brainer, easy one here.
Yeah, I think unfortunately Spinal Tap knocks Dewey Cox down in the mud and drags him around for a bit in this one.
Yeah, even if they didn't kill it, like as far as legacy, Dewey Cox wasn't even like there's a lot of references I grew up hearing and everything, but like
It's more of a
the
personal
fact that
anecdote
their
than
score is so low, like their audience score is so insanely low.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if everybody was
I-
just getting kind of sick of this kind of comedy there or what, but
Yeah, I think that was the problem. Was like this is definitely like the movie era, where like we were getting these like kind of compilation of like a bunch of different like blockbuster movies from 5 years before into like this kind of amalgamated like joke movie.
right.
And like, well, this one was very well done, and like years separated from that fad, it's like very entertaining. But I think we were probably getting fucking sick of that at this
Right.
point because it was just like every summer was like 3 shitty fucking like here's a parody of this thing movie.
Right. Yeah. They always had a horror movie, one of these tropey parody movies, and new Transformers, it felt like, for a little while
Yep.
there. So yeah, I'm giving Spinal Tap an 11 as is tradition, and honestly, Walk Hard I'm gonna give like a 7. It doesn't really have a
Yeah.
legacy.
No, it's a fine, funny, great movie, but I can't think of like anything it affected in the world
Mm-mm.
afterwards.
No, it's not super. You like it was the Will Ferrell comedy era, the Will Ferrell, Zach
Yeah,
Galifianakis, those
it,
guys,
it was
and
it was like almost like kind of a cap on that kind of like era of like biopics too, a little bit
right.
because
Yeah, and
like
then
you
it
had
kind
like
of revamped, and they started doing it again now. So I'm waiting on the new Dewey Cox any day
yeah
now. Where they, but we got uh, 5 rounds for Spinal Tap because they have a tie, and then 6 for Walk Hard. So a very, very narrow margin, and even a tied round in there. But Walk Hard coming out on top here, which I'm sure it will, and I'm hoping garners a lot of response from people.
yeah. I mean, yeah, it's like I want to say it's yeah, back to the chef analogy. Like Walk Hard is a cheeseburger made by a master class chef, and Spinal Tap is a very ambitious amateur chef trying to make something gourmet.
And it was great, man. Like I said, I had never watched it beginning to end before, and it was great. There was just so many
Yeah.
random little bitty moments that were cracking me the fuck up.
No, I always kind of started as like this kind of like one-off like tropey joke movie, but like it had a lot more subtlety and creativeness in it than I remembered initially going through when I was younger.
um, I've got that page of Easter eggs and trivia. I'm gonna go pull
Ah,
up the
yes.
wheel if you want to go through some of that.
I got that pulled up here somewhere. Let me see here. Here we go. Trivia. Boop, boop, boop. Here we go. Yeah, so the original script budget was $10,000 for Spinal Tap. It began as a 20-minute demo, which yeah, after putting millions in, they didn't necessarily get a lot of return on their investment for money versus time there.
It shows how bad they wanted to make that movie, though.
Yeah. Band name was originally Spinal Tap with a Y. He said over 100 hours of raw footage was filmed, mostly improv. Those
Yeah,
that cut
you were
down
right
to
there.
hour and 30 movements. Yep. Yep. As we said, many believe the band was real.
Mhm.
Because, yeah, just in that era and that time, you just had a bunch of these self entitled, like, fucking hair metal bands walking around thinking they were fucking gods gift to music. U2's The Edge said it made him weep from accuracy, and yeah, I can definitely see bits of that. There were definitely parts that made me just remember my youth and go, "Oh God, yeah, don't miss that." And improvised appearance in The Simpsons: The Auto Show, so they did a little animated thing as the characters on The Simpsons at one point.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome. I feel like Matt Groening might have helped write this movie too.
Definitely, it's got that kind of weird, kind of dry humor that The Simpsons is good for. Here we have some Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story trivia. Dewey's edition song, That's Amore, was a nod to Elvis doing his gospel. Royal Jelly Dylan parody was written in under 3 days. Which, yeah,
I feel like
I
you
can
could have just
totally...
thrown in a random word generator and done
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Just go... Yeah. There was 100 songs written, 50 recorded before filming.
That
So
is fucking
just...
insane.
Yeah. The cast learned real instruments, and Tim Meadows learned drums, which I could definitely tell. Like, you can see, like, they're pulling G chords and, like, bar chords and all that stuff. So that drives me fucking insane. Like, when, like, you just see, like, a person doing, like, this on a fucking guitar deck. And...
There was parts of Spinal Tap where you could see that, where
yeah,
the guitarist is doing triplets, like you're hearing triplets, and he's just, like, up here on one note, and I'm like, come on, man.
yeah. John C. Reilly performed Royal Jelly live in front of 800 extras twice.
Fuck, man.
Man, I want to get that fucking extra gig. That'd be fun.
God, they had so much money to play with if they got 800 extras.
Oh, we're not that expensive. Like, I remember, like, I did a thing for Jay Leno once. Like, it was a fucking, like, TV show. It was a game show. And, like, each of us got paid, like, $50 to be there. So, like, in the grand scheme of things, yeah, it's not that much.
But to go sit at a concert twice, though, I would want more than $50.
Anyway, said so kind of good. Cameos included Jack White, Paul Rudd, Jack Black, Justin Long, Jason Schwartzman, Eddie Vedder, Jewel, and the Temptations.
Wait, when the
Oh,
fuck is
God.
Eddie Vedder in this?
I don't know, but I forgot about the Temptations, where it's like, I won't succumb to the Temptations. Then he walks outside and they're singing, it's like, oh God, the Temptations.
I totally forgot about that fucking part.
So stupid, but it was so good.
Not the fact that they actually got them there just for that quick little one-off. Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, then continuity goofs include 1950s tractors, a 1946 scene, and modern cars, and a 1966 protest.
Yeah, I don't think anybody was looking to it for historical accuracy, but...
No.
All right, so Dewey Cox is our winner this week, and we're going to spin the wheel to see what we're doing next week. But first, we have to spin the wheel to figure out which wheel we're spinning. All right, let's go. We still have vetoes. Oh,
Yes.
come on. All right, we're doing sci-fi.
All right. For a little sci-fi.
Let me go back to my wheels. Now to the sci-fi wheel. Feel like there's a good chance we use our vetoes here.
There's a couple I could definitely think of that I would.
Uh-huh, same.
I don't know if I've got Dragon Ball Evolution in me this week.
That's exactly... Okay, this is decent. We got Inception versus Tenet.
All right.
I'm going to have to really fucking focus for this one, but I am down.
Some mindfuckery going on.
Dude, that's going to be... I still don't get Tenet. I'm going to tell you that now. So hopefully this is the time that there's something clicks for me and it fucking makes sense to me.
No, I mean, it's the same movie forwards and backwards. That's all it is.
I mean, I get the basic concept, but there's so much shit that makes... I cannot wrap my brain around it. It makes
You have
no
to
fucking
anticipate
sense.
the bullets and catch them. Don't you understand that?
No, I don't. But this is going to be a fun episode. I'm glad it landed on that versus... Yeah, Dragon Ball versus Avatar. It's just hanging there looking at me.
Yeah, it's just the fucking sword of Damocles.
And all of a sudden, ever since we talked about that, I keep seeing in my TikTok feed the clips of the same goddamn scene from the Dragon Ball movie where he's fighting that dude and slides on his head across the car. What could have been, man? Like, Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean, the thing is, I've heard there's going to be a new Avatar animated series coming out pretty soon.
Well, they don't really fuck those up too often.
Yeah, it's going to be the sequel series to Legend of Korra, so it's going to make the next in the line of
makes
Avatars.
sense.
So maybe we can hold on to that one until around that time to try to ride the algorithm a little bit.
Yeah, now I wonder how long before anyone feels safe to attempt a Dragon Ball live-action movie.
Ooh, fuck. I mean, like, I feel like we could now. We're kind of getting in, like, that superhero era. Anime's pretty big right now.
Where people are nailing shit, too. Like, doing
Yeah.
them right.
Like,
Now,
we-
just
we-
imagine though if you hear James Gunn's Dragon Ball Z. I don't think that's gonna work.
No. Yeah, 'cause I'm just trying to think of what did we get recently that gives me some hope that we could do that. Oh well, like,
You know what? The people who did RRR, like all the Dollywood stuff, those
Yeah,
are who needs to be doing these movies.
or even the live action One Piece wasn't too bad. Like,
Yeah,
we're,
yeah.
We won't talk about the live action Cowboy Bebop, but we're getting better with the live action anime adaptations. So.
I'm not gonna pretend I'm super familiar with all these, but I did not know that there was a live action Cowboy Bebop.
Oh yeah, it's Harold from Harold and Kumar as
Oh, I did know that. Is it bad?
Yeah, I watched the first episode and I wanted to like it so bad, and
Yeah.
I didn't.
I'm not super familiar with it. I remember Keeson and Kane loved it when we were growing up, but
I mean, it's honestly like if you ever wanted the intro to anime, like I don't know if you're not that into it, but it's a real good place to start. It's like as Western as an anime as you can get, really easy to digest.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I've watched a shitload of Naruto due to my roommate, but that's about it. Oh, and all the Dragon Ball Z abridged, but...
Yeah, that's like saying I watch Looney Tunes and Pulp Fictions over here. Like it's,
Yeah.
it's very, very different. It's very mature and has like some subtlety to it and some subtext and things
Hell
you have
yeah.
to infer. It's good.
Well, I might watch the Harold and Kumar one first. And then...
Oh, then you're just gonna not give up on anime completely because that's not a good one, unfortunately.
All right, well... Yep, just circling back. Dewey Cox won this week. Next week we'll be doing Inception versus Tenet, so prepare to be mind-fucked twice. Can't wait to go through those goddamn plots.
Inside and out and forwards and backwards.
Yeah, no, good summary for the episode, dude. That's gonna be like the tagline for it. But thanks for tuning in. Again, please share, subscribe, turn on those notifications, comment on the shorts.
Yep, tell us how dumb we are and how bad our takes are, and we'll come right in those comments and fight right back.
Especially the second I see the words DEI and girl boss, I'm going to jump your shit every time. Just know that. Oh, that fucking guy, man.
Oh, man, yeah, no, what was it? It's like, yeah, homosexual movie. You mean the movie of, like, the platonic heterosexual, like, the platonic family and the heterosexual couple that had
I don't know what the fuck he was talking about. And then, like, at one point he says he misspells race swap. I'm like, who the fuck is race swapped in this movie? I was like, did you mean gender swapped with Silver Surfer? And I was like, and that was a thing in the comics. Shia LaBeouf is a thing in the comics.
Yeah.
And then he goes, I never said gender swapped. I'm like, I know you didn't, you dumbass, because you spelled it wrong.
Yeah, I liked just how his argument got shorter each time it was corrected. It was great.
And it was just the buzzwords repeated. DEI, girl boss, woke crap. And I'm like, oh my fucking God.
Yeah, he just fell on the fox tree and hit every branch on the way down.
Meanwhile, we're getting like actual comments that I'm like, thank you so much. Do you see this fucking guy, by the way? But still, come back and comment, Mr. DEI guy. I look forward to it.
Yeah, negative engagement is engagement, and YouTube don't give a crap.
Like Dewey Cox was woke bullshit. Oh, I love it. But thanks for tuning in, everybody. We will catch you next week. I'm Devin Vestal.
Nick Nye.
Thanks for tuning in.